31st, 2025. And you got earnings, gold and silver getting clobbered. Big difference between paper gold and physical gold. I told that to all the other guys. Couple material deals beyond short squeeze. And there is listen, I already told my guys, you guys are going to have to find it. But there is a small ass penny stock that just got a Department of Defense. Never mind. I'll let you figure it out. But Chatadonia, better than all of that. Better than, speaking of Department of Defense. Oh, Department of War. Oh, wait, isn't that what it's called? Oh, man. But either way, baby, you guys know the vibes. Before we do anything, before we chase a dollar, I'm truly honored to have you guys here, and we got to pay that homage, man. And I hope none of you ever forget this. We got to show love to the veterans and the people who have sacrificed everything, the people who have added meanings to our lives by giving us the things that we take for granted. So everybody who has served, veterans, active service, past service, the families, and I already told my guys, you guys are going to have to find it. I want to give you guys a thank you, and God bless every single one of you, and thank you for all the support you guys have given to this country, everything you have committed to in the service beyond yourself. And I'm telling you this because I love you, and I'm honored that you're here. But now I think it's your time to own the land. It's your time to own the stocks. Your service has taught you a lot of things, a lot of discipline, and a lot of sacrifice. And I'm not even gonna play you like that, bro. People think, oh, I just sacrifice investing. Oh yeah, you don't know sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? If anybody would, I think it'd be the vets. So like I'm telling y'all, it's your turn, and God bless every single one of you. I hope we can help and provide that for you. But at the end of the day, just want to give you a thank you. And all of you who haven't served, I really hope you could bring this to real life. I do believe it's the least we could do, because we still have not gotten that $6 billion for the veterans. I know. But that being said, we love you, and God bless you, even your families. And big shout out to everybody else out there giving back to their local communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Son of the judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Oh, or no. Let's go. Okay. Oh, yeah. Whew. So what time? 2:20. Great time. I still gotta go to the bathroom. Thank you, veterans. Hey, man, baby. Good morning. Good morning, chat. What up, Sam, man? What up, Bale? What up, bands? I see y'all, baby. I hope you're ready. You better get ready, baby. It's a good day. I got that joy down in my heart. Gonna be a good day, down in my heart. Gonna be a good day, down in my heart. I got that joy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just give you the Jesus song. My bad. I'm hype. What do you want me to do? The fuck? Jesus. Praise God. Amen. It's a cult, baby. Hey. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared. Big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear. Oh dear, who you trying to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished, made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real. It's not the reason they will kill, it's the freedom in believing. They want death to bring the will.
but I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear, oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting.
Good morning.
Amen.
Amen. I love it before the bell, dog. Are you kidding me? So let's go. Round 1. Fight. Alrighty. Daddy said it's finished. Alright. Not bad, my friends. Not bad at all. Alright, what are we at? 0.4? Oh, Beyond, you already gave up the Walmart hype, so yeah. I hope you guys have figured that one out. You've got multiple last calls. Other than that, watch the earnings. There has been a lot. Damn, Danaher went up 6? They were only up 1 earlier. So again, that's kind of part of those biotechs, and remember some of the drug stuff we were seeing. So no way. I did not know they had that. Damn, that's crazy. 6? All right, hold on. Oh shit, yeah, now they're up 7. All right, Danny here doesn't really move that much. They have expensive contracts, but yeah, I'd keep an eye out on that one. That one's but too late now, man. I did not think that was that literally 1%. So that's a crazy move there to start. There's your Beyond. Watch some of the other retailer locations as well. I see Dollar General, but you are getting some of those with earnings. Okay. RTX. 5, yeah, RTX, LMT, they had their earnings. Stub. Let me see. I'm looking at another screen. Yeah, okay, it's weird. XBI, we do have a couple of biotech events. I already went over them, but I don't know if it's going to lead to... It's been like 3 days in a row. And then maybe we should talk about physical gold and shit. I don't know. I think that one would be important. CNC. Oh, do they have earnings? Again, Elevance was the other one, so see how they play out. Oh, and then the CRM's gapped up. And then remember, Meta and all those are next week. Oh, where's Intel? Why are Liberty dollars going for 1? I don't know. It's easy to get scammed on bullion, so I don't. Make sure you know what it is, but I have no idea. But otherwise, just go for the north. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I bought me some physical gold or silver. You know? I think it's good. Japan would like to cut diesel taxes by April. So, MO, Philip Morris. Damn, Philip Morris is down 5. Again, I don't think that earnings was that bad. And then otherwise, we'll see where other homeboy goes. So you could have an opportunity there. Check one more. I hate what spreads. They hate us. I love you though. All right, I think I'm only gonna have a couple plays, and then after that, I think we gotta wait. We'll see where the Lord leads us. Yeah, CRM looking good. Let me check. One more. Again, you did have the autos as well. Okay, now NVO's moving. Yeah, CNC's got clapped, and then where's Elevance? Yeah, Elevance too. They weren't too bad. That actually flipped. StubHub as well. Premiums on that are juicing. They've been juiced. They're fucking with us. Oh, the plate. I think that's what it is. I think some of those coins might be silver plated. So yeah, just be careful with it. All right, boys. Your one from the morning is taking off. I think that's going to be one of your only ones, but like I'm saying, before they all realize it. Oh my gosh. Alright, I think that's it. GE almost 6. Yeah, GE actually had a good earnings. So that wasn't bad. Again, CRM starting to break out a little bit. I'd watch your healthcare, your staples, then you got your squeezes. I mean, Beyond's still chilling as well, but people have been talking about that one a lot. Oh, you're in Texas. That's why. Oh, I forgot. So we do have to get you, if you haven't been canceled or refunded yet on there, until we have only one option that'll come up later. But yeah, if you're in Texas, you need a new number because we're not going to fuck with them because of that law. EFX, CNBC, WBD. Their Netflix is among. Is that why I went crazy in the morning? Yeah, they had another one of those pops. But remember, what was the other one that we said was like that? Manu. I forgot about that one yesterday. And then remember, Netflix earnings isn't it today after the bell? 3M. Intel gapped up a little bit. It was actually a little higher pre-market. Now it's starting to move. There's Humana. Yeah, Humana now woke up. I think that's the only one. Watch if the other ones dip or not. Okay, MO's down 1. Philip Morris was not bad. Let me double check to see why they're selling that one off. But I'm telling you, top and bottom line B, even a good guide. And then Coca-Cola also did better than expected. Remember, they've been getting clapped with all of the everything, SNAP benefits to sugar. There's Tarjay. Again, the ones for Australia, you're just going to have a little bit of time. You have a pipeline of $8 billion, so I would factor in at least one announcement to come in eventually. But it doesn't have to be right away, so I do hope it buys us time like yesterday so we can really find it, but the links were not as easy to find. Quantum dying. Keep your beyond short squeeze up there. Apple as well. Remember Apple in the news yesterday and just them breaking out. That was the big thing. Oh, so it was off your iPhone? Oh, so if it's on a new phone, email me. I'll get you because if it's not the Texas issue, you just got to reset your phone. That's easy. The deal did say over the next 6 months. Yeah, so we got a little bit of time, but you know, like I'm saying, there's already a hard link to find them because just Australia, most of them prior. I don't know if you remember the first time we went over the rare earths. I was telling you guys, most of the companies are in Canada, China, and Australia. So that's kind of the issue with all of them. Why is the VIX rocketing up? So again, you're green right now. NASDAQ's red. Russell's the one getting clobbered by SPY and Dow. Nerve. The nerve. Neuroscience. Oh, what's the other one? We do have the genome thing. There's like 2 other companies that were on that calendar. And Tesla. Oh, those are working. I don't know. Yeah, Tesla has a candle. Oh, I haven't looked at the long term yet. We'll check in a minute, baby. Brr. All right, now look at you're getting that candle there. You had UVXY starting to ramp well ahead of that. And I see Core Weave and then again Cores. They were trying to reject that buyout. That was one of those headlines in the morning. I didn't look at the Alcoa earnings. I was only looking at them for the Australia thing. That's what kind of sucks about it. I'm sure the earnings will have a big impact, but then yeah, I mean, that's the real catalyst we're looking for. GPC, Ally. Again, a couple of the staples, I'm surprised. Like Dollar General, they already flipped, but Target's going up. Where's Wally World? Baba, oh, Elon compensate. That could be it, yeah. I don't know the day. I've just been hearing people hype it up. Hungary under attack? What? Why so much a war?
Maybe, I tell you, they don't get tariffed. I get end wars with tariffs. That's how we do it. What better way to end a war with paying a fee?
The fuck? NVIDIA dropping. Again, AMD was a nice outperformer. Intel's even down now. I don't know. Kind of sucks. Dow's the one that's up right now, but very, very, how you say, it's like a dribbling. It's not like a aggression, you know, not like a too much aggression. It's amazing. Yeah, equal weight's already up. Actually, equal weight's in the green, but remember, this was that Trump level, so we might, if we do freak out and it doesn't give up all of it, you're still in the game. Otherwise, if we start to break out from there, I mean, you're right next to that all-time high. There's a Domino's. Pizza. Oh, pizza. Again, that rumor, you guys, you were waiting for Apollo to give you the bid. That is going to give it one more pop, but look, you still have that, what, like $9 per share is still on the table? And I think it's because people doubt the rumor, but if the rumor gets confirmed, they'll only leave like 3 to 4% probably. Yeah, RTX LMT had earnings. Well, Apple, again, that report, everybody apparently got a Apple 17. So the last time Apple upgrades were like this was since 2020. NVIDIA HD starting to come up. So yeah, I'll get you guys a checkup in a second, but generally, it's a lot, we're just pinned. We're pinned here near the high. Couple of things moving higher or lower, but this could all change very, very quickly. So I wouldn't really say it's indicative of anything just yet. And then you do have Apple out of all of them. I don't know if Meta's green. Yeah, barely. So you do have a couple. Now China is starting to come down. Yeah, Baba was not hot today, but yesterday they were. There's actually good news on China's economy yesterday. Yeah, dude, CLF got a downgrade. So remember, it moved up off of this like rare earth thing, but this might be your planting day. Like we said yesterday, we got some, but they moved a little weird. On any of them where it's not planting day, it doesn't look good. So if you still believe in that, I mean, that's going to be your shot. Okay. BMNR flushing, and now TTD on the high. And then where's those fucking cyber plays? I was finding that Amazon's killing it. Bro, yesterday sucked. Dude, it was kind of funny because, what's it called? Did you guys see the NFTs go off? That's fucking wild. Yeah, CRM's looking good. We have one of those plays. It's still, that one was from the earnings. It's around the same value, a little higher. But yeah, man, I don't know if you guys saw that. NFTs went down. I don't know how. So the whole like on-chain, decentralized, it was hilarious, bro. You had a lot of things that really just, nothing's decentralized, bro. Everything's on fucking Amazon. But actually, I don't know if you guys noticed. My newswire did not go out yesterday. My data collection of like the companies and other stuff, I had certain areas not work, but my newswire was pumping all day. That's why we were getting headlines, and then you wouldn't even get reactions because now there's not enough people to react to it because they weren't getting the info. So pretty fascinating if you think about it. Boy. MRM. And then there's Ford on the high. And then Amazon's kind of going. Who would have thought the day after their outage would give them a rip? As we were just talking, they kind of don't do anything. Yeah, TTD was going up. Yeah, NOC's on a call. There's a couple of conference calls now, and a couple are going to start. So if you want any of those, do your thing, 21. Do your thing. But I think I'm done. Again, I like that one I gave the guy. The one I'm telling you guys, they're gonna front run it. The one I hate but love, and then you either have your Beyond, and I did one more play. All I'm gonna do is harvest the ones that are up, and then yeah, call it a day. I think Waller might still be speaking, yes. I forgot about that. There's some little Fed finance thing going on. And then you don't get Powell. It's weird, though. He shouldn't say anything because it should be a Fed blackout. And then, dude, do you guys see gold and silver? It's kind of nuts, but I don't think this is organic. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is a very big difference between physical gold and paper. And I really think now that, because a lot of people are talking about running out of silver and gold. It's happening again. We were just seeing the lines. You were just watching everybody get fucked up. But long story short, I mean, I think this is just to get people are trying to get their hands on physical now. And I wouldn't put it past London to do what London has done for a really, really long time. Baba, Uber, Tempest, they got a downgrade. They're coming back up. ELDR, yeah, dude, again, gold is just at 4,500, now at 41. But this is what I was talking about, where I was like, dude, the higher the price goes, in an odd way, it just naturally gets more volatile. I mean, even if it's not volatile. So, yeah, but that was weird, because I'm saying copper was going down. People were liking the economic news, and then I was hearing about other shortages, and then now you're down 5%. So unless somebody got fucking liquidated, but then at the same time, people didn't panic on the bank. Zion was good and a couple of others. That still could be an issue, but at the end of the day, that I think this is just London, dude. And I think people want their hands on that gold and silver. You don't fully get the gold and silver thing? What do you mean? So, are you talking about the paper versus physical? Because what it means is that, this is why I always say this. You guys ask me if I like gold or silver, and I just tell you I like physical gold. So you could buy gold and buy a piece of gold, but the pricing and how it operates is much, much more different than just the paper markets, like the ETFs, the spot price, and that doesn't necessarily mean that there's real transactions behind it. So you could trade paper gold in the right to gold, and they trade it many times over than the supply probably exists. So yeah, otherwise, if you're trying to understand why gold has gone crazy, you got to kind of go back the last like 2 to 3 years, and then this year a lot of other stuff culminated, but that one's a bigger topic. Bro, I can't believe they robbed the Louvre, man. I always thought that, I thought you needed a Mini Cooper. I thought you needed a squad, a hacker. Bro, dude, it was 5 dudes. They took a hammer. Chad, are you kidding? You guys could have done that. Are you fucking kidding me? Not one Mini Cooper. They ain't do shit. You fucking, why? How? Bro, they found the fucking crown of France in the gutter. I don't get it. So, yeah. So, paper has a price. I mean, no, you could buy paper gold. Doesn't mean you own any gold. So, you could own a piece of paper that says that you own gold. That doesn't mean you own gold. And that's kind of the issue here. That's why paper prices are going to be more volatile than the actual price. Let me put it this way. Even if gold is down 5% today, it's probably the same physical price it was yesterday, because no one's going to let go of it that cheap or after it's done that. Yeah, you own a spot price, not the asset. That's the easiest way to put it. Yeah, kind of like your stocks on Robinhood. But so yeah, you're gambling on the price. You're not really owning anything. That's why you guys ask me if I like it, and I tell you, I'm like, yeah, I like physical gold. I want gold and silver in my hands, because you could tell me I own it on paper, and I just don't think it really means anything. Now, obviously, I made a lot of money on paper before, and a lot of people do, but it's not necessarily there. You take your renter's security deposit and put it in a high yield? No, you have to check. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. So, yeah. But I don't know what we do with it. I'd have to double check, officer. Spot gold extends losses down 4. I don't think I'm smart. I'm spiritual. You know, the Lord has given us all gifts. Some of you are running away from yours. Why? I don't know. So I hope you get filled with love, and I hope you realize your potential and importance. in this world. Amen. That was my prayer for all of y'all. Woo! But let me just tell you guys now, you may want to unfollow me on Twitter as soon as possible, because I found out what ticks you off. And all I'm saying, bro, put me in traffic, and now I know what y'all do. Oh, man. Wait, yo, Starboard and Kenview. Oh, we're late on that one. The fuck? Yeah, that one. Why the fuck? Yeah, wait. Someone either got the front run, but I don't see it on every wire. I see it on one. Starboard Smith, Kenview Management and Board exploring all alternatives. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck? How did that one slip by? I don't know. That had to be an algo front run. No, we didn't buy on planting days. Like, go look at CLF, LY, whatever. They were not planting days. Just remember that. So that's why if you're going to plant on a non-planting day, you better go smaller. Otherwise, that is kind of the issue there. But then you're not going to know if the momentum's going to stay up. And welcome to fucking musical chairs. No, I'm being serious, though, yeah. That's why I keep going on these Twitter rants, bro. I be in traffic. But yeah, I've been enjoying them. Some of you haven't, but I look forward to getting you blocked because I want you to work for your stock info. So if you're going to get mad at my little comments that I'm purposely going to try to trigger you with, oh, it's going to be fun. So, yeah, make your choice. Get it long term. You got to pick sides. You got to pick your team. You got to pick, do you want to be objective or non-objective? That's the only teams that exist. I know. MP. Starboard Live. Oh, is that where it's coming from? That's probably why it slipped by, because I don't fucking listen to the TV. Yeah, let me see if it's up there, but that moved a little bit. We've heard Starboard a lot today.
Stop trading.
Yeah,
yeah, that's Jim Cramer.
Thank you.
You would think with rates coming down, it would matter, but no, they've got weak demand and margin pressure, terrible combination. I continue to believe that this is why the Fed must cut, because maybe if you got short-term rates, you could do some sort of financing that would be a balloon.
3M.
Because man,
post earnings
up there.
I know, but Jim, financial conditions. Look at the stock market. Look at what earnings are doing right now.
Yeah, SPY's back to the low. Watch out. And GitLab, remember you had that offer the other day.
I mean,
I don't know. I have some in the money.
Homes,
so that was a good
they
one.
They got to cut price. They got to.
We haven't got an update on that. All right, SPY now, new low. The Dow is still in the green. The Dow just barely moving. Equal weight's barely red. This is tech. Because I know Apple's up and then Nvidia is down. Let's see, I think Meta, Google, Microsoft, those are going to be your guys in the middle. No, Meta and Microsoft, and then Amazon. And then if Apple and Amazon stay up, you're going to get this like drop, but it's equal weight stays up. Otherwise, if Meta, Microsoft flip, it'll hit a little harder. I saw Lulu on the high there a little bit. I'm still looking at gold, bro. That's kind of nuts. But like I'm saying, I think welcome to the paper land. Object below beyond me, dude. And then Zillow. So yeah, low ticker is getting a little bit more active. It only gets serious once the equal weight picks up, because this is probably just earnings. So a lot of these, there's a couple of new ones on this list right now, but if the earnings, they've already kind of gapped down and made their choice. So just watch out for that. But today's not broad. So just until it gets broad and we pick a direction, right now, everything could change pretty quickly. But you are getting back to the low end of the China day. Oscar's on the high. Again, you've had a lot of healthcare earnings. Like physical, can someone flip the physical gold based on the move? What do you mean? You can flip gold whenever you want, and you could even sell physical gold, but the point is that you're probably gonna, like, physical gold prices will react in a different manner, especially if you're in a situation like today where gold is in high demand and physical, you pretty much have a physical shortage. So both, that same goes for silver as well too. No, I didn't see that one. Yours is probably tweaking out. Just refresh it. There's OpenAI browser release rumors. Remember, we've got those a couple of times, even with the Anthropic one, but just watch Google, if anything. And doesn't Opera have a stock? ERJ, Best Buy. Oscar's actually picking up now, 3.6. There's RTX post earnings running. Intel spreads. Yeah, that's well, Intel has earnings. That's why. So that's what I was saying the other day, even like last Friday, you might want to just start setting up there for earnings if you haven't, but I'm assuming there should be a certain amount of stability just because of how hyped it is and what's riding on the earnings. Amazonia, like that. Tell the people that long-term water is big. All right, Kenview's starting to move up. You guys got that one. Oh, you also got the peach. Bradley Frizzle. Good morning, baby. Oh, no, Peach Nation. I don't know. You're going to stand up soon, but you might as well do it now. Okay. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Bradley. I'm going to go look at my long term now, Bradley. You inspired me. You know that? Long term's consistent. Bradley's consistent. I'm going to log in. Show me what you working with. Long to fast. Hold it slow. Long to fast. Show me what you... Okay, I'm so sorry. Oh, not bad. It still looked good, though. But it was down today, a quarter. A lot of refiners taking scrap coins. Dealers are starting to raise. I know, dude. I'm telling you. It moves slow, and then it's like sadly, it's a boomer industry. I'm not going to lie to you, dog. My other tinfoil, I think the No Kings protest was created so that the boomers wouldn't have time to actually get involved in this gold rally in silver that they're doing, because it moves slow. These boomers are slow in gold, too. And then you got to mix it in with the financial dudes, too. But either way, it is... I was just telling you guys the other day, like, people are buying out stuff. There's a lot of mispricing, even in jewelry. So it's an interesting scenario until this stops. But for now, I mean, you've had a couple of moments with me where we've gone through these shortages. So some of you are very, very familiar. Okay, yeah, Eco8 barely moving down. He almost doubled up on this SPY, 0.38. Russell's the only one fucking paying the price right now, but very, very early. More silver and gold sell-off. Colt sister? I don't know, but I don't think she's serious about stopping. I think she just wanted to talk to somebody. I don't know. I kind of started ignoring her after that. She could talk to me when she stops depositing it. I just don't have time for this shit. That's what I'm saying. I love her as my sister. Same goes for all you guys who are annoying. I love y'all, man, but you just don't got time for that shit, man. You tell me when you're ready, dog. You know where to find me. I know, yeah. Yeah, her account's killing it still. Well, yeah, we're just getting real velocity on gold now. Or like real volatility. And then there's bonds starting to drop down. Thermal on the low. AMD, toast. Now, long-term alerts are probably going to end. So I'm going to just put the long term in one place only. The video that they will not watch. The trading fraternity. So I'll see you there whenever I buy.
is probably gonna be continue to get built. People are gonna keep investing.
People are gonna keep investing. We have a supply shortage, still buying physical gold and spot dropping. So spot price, the paper price might be going down, but that doesn't mean the price is going down. So go look on eBay. Go to your gold dealer. Even today, even if the price is down 4%, I wouldn't be surprised if your dealer charged you a higher premium. So that's kind of the idea. Even as the spot price gets more volatile, if it's not available on hand, they're going to charge you more money. And then down the line, if you have physical gold or silver on hand, you will be able to command a premium above spot. That is what happened during the last time they tried to squeeze silver, if you guys recall. New York Times launches TikTok-inspired watch tab. What's that? Earnings previews? No, you got to use the 2 standard deviation video. IRL squeeze. Yeah, that's what's happened before. I don't know. Can somebody who likes gold more, you could attest to that, right? Because I don't know. I don't know if you've seen it before, but it is fascinating and it is odd. But that is, there's a reason, physical gold is important, I think. But then again, I do view it differently. I also have Mad Max vibes with a lot of it. Yo, what the fuck is that? They're tweaking out BHP premiums. I don't think anything's happening, but that one also has... Wait a minute. Yeah, watch BHP. Because that has some slight links to some of these broader projects. It's foreign, but... Yeah, they just Okay, no, they calmed it down. They were 580ing some of these premiums for no damn reason. 480. Yeah, keep eyes on that. IBM, again, 3M, even post-earnings. Yeah, XBIs went down. They're still up, but we made a good free on that one. Albemarle. CRM's actually still holding up. Alright, not bad. Oh, yeah, Sphere, they had some, I think, earnings. I think it was good, and I want to say there was a headline on it yesterday. LVS going up, I mean, that's kind of somewhat related. Path as well. See, that's why the Beyond thing, bro. Right when the fucking Reddit got involved in Path, it stopped. So, out of there. Peloton. GM was earnings. That one actually kept going. Damn, 13? And then there's Chipotle, Sweet Greens. The restaurants aren't doing too bad. Domino's is moving on. No, they all flipped, actually. Tomorrow's Tesla. Yeah, remember you had delivery numbers not too long ago, but they still might be able to move. I'm just not the biggest fan of that one. You tried posting about it on Reddit and they wouldn't allow it. Yeah, it's odd. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, I mean, we had a fat jump on Path, but then literally right when it went viral, it stopped. So, again, we were up a couple $1,000% before, and then right when they got involved, it dropped $3. But then again, a lot of momentum did chill out as more people got drawn in all across the board. Welcome to the musical chairs. And then remember, though, and I didn't know that, this last 2 days was the biggest rally since June in 2 days, but long story short, you know, it's either front run or not for this earnings and end of the year. But, you know, one more breakout, this could change the chart. Otherwise, one more breakdown, oh, that looks ugly. Okay, CNC, I think they're still red. That might go green. Then AVAV on the high. Yeah, Centene came back to break even. So all these healthcares, not bad. Again, UNH has earnings, right? But yeah, UNH is starting to rocket up, and a couple of these other ones went up. Yeah, $4 on UNH. Jazz Pharma, that's another one. And then Vitaris. So hold on. Couple of biotechs moving. And then 3M post earnings continuation. Yeah, they report either tomorrow or they already did. I'd have to double check. This is the place to be. Bow, bow. Yeah, GitLab still climbing. Ethereum now, where's Bitcoin? SPY getting a candle, but with the bonds too. Remember, today's not big yet. Bitcoin's starting to run up. Yeah, UNH was just waking up. The hard part right now is everything's still small. Like I'm saying, equal weight's green now. So wait, hold on. No. Something's moving. Bitcoin getting risk on. Equal weight is breaking out. I want to say, yeah, is equal weight no, equal weight needs to do a little bit more work. Yeah. What day was that? That was the Thursday. So equal weight needs to get like back above here. Or which one was it? No, it's this one. Yeah, equal weight's already breaking the Trump zone almost. Yeah. So it's not too bad. Like I'm saying here, it's you're getting a weird Mag 7 effect. You got a lot of earnings or post earnings, but this isn't really indicative of the momentum or direction for the day. AAP, and then Boeing, and then there's Bitcoin. Yeah, UNH, Molina. So yeah, bigger volume on UNH. Fed conference is focused on crypto. Yeah, they did good. There's Path now. Did Reddit guys get mad? I say you touched it and it died? All right, good. I'm glad that motivated you. Holy fuck. Come on. And Beyond chilling. Just wait till they find the one this morning. They're going to be like, DOD, 30% of the float is locked up. Look, and then, and then they're going to give you the fucking erotica stock. It's like stock porn. And then hit you with the emotional writing. Oh, you'll see. All we got to do is find it, and they'll do all the work for you, brother. But be smart, okay? Because one of these days, they're going to burn you. So get a long term. Right now is the place to be. Bow, bow. Caesars. And again, Win was going up too, I think. Well, no news ever since the bio. That's why it's like you got kind of a pending catalyst. Snap? No, Snap could just be getting ready for meta and all of that. Resi. Okay, so high ticker's gassing again, but notice you're right below VWAP. This is equal weight. Equal weight and Dow are killing it. Spotify had earnings too, I believe, right? Would I sell physical gold today? I mean, besides the fact I said I'm never selling my physical gold or silver, no. That's exactly why I have physical gold or silver. I just don't have any plan of selling it. And then I think by the time I'd want to sell it, I'd probably need it to exchange and barter services because the fucking AWS went down. I'll be like, I'll trade you 2 water bottles and 2 coins of silver for your house. What the fuck? Okay, fine. I'll take your car instead. Hey, okay, how else are you gonna barter? I don't want your paper. I have enough sticks and fire starters. So that's why I bought gold like decades ago, bro. Because I was fucking freaking out and I thought the world was gonna end. That's why you guys haven't realized I haven't had like a rapture psychosis yet. Because I already had it like 10 years ago. So I'm good. That's why it just led me with a bunch of Bitcoin and gold and silver like a decade ago. So that's on you. But other than that, I have zero intention of selling my gold or silver. Why would I? I'll trade it on paper. We made some money with paper, but like I'm saying, it's the same thing I was telling y'all with even the Bitcoin the other day. They're like, I can't believe it. Trading in crypto for 5 years, getting wiped out in 1 minute. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dog? I am up like 29,000% or something fucked up. How did you feel that? So yeah, I have different purposes for my assets. Same with my real estate. I'll be like, can your paper do this? Didn't think so. Sound money, literally mother. So yeah. So yeah, I think this is our like 3rd gold or silver squeeze in the last 5 years. I didn't sell on any of them. But then again, you are substantially higher after all of them. Even though they'd rip up and come down, look at it, you see it. But that's why I also tell some of the young guys, I'm like, I know a lot about the economy and I've been around here for a while. I know some of you like to think I'm unstable, but I like to think I had that moment a decade ago. So that's why I know what's happening, but I don't have the same like, oh my gosh, I can't sell everything. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, own everything. What the fuck? Hold up. So yeah, I got a farm now too, you guys. So we're, push comes to shove. Only like 10 of you know where it's at, but you guys are free to come. But please bring bartering supplies. No, I'm kind of serious though, because I'm like, how we gonna maintain this, dog? I don't know how to plant shit unless it's financial. So you guys gotta help me. We're working on irrigation right now. All right, now you're starting. Literally, SPY is lagging behind equal weight until more big tech techs off, or Intel, or excuse me, Nvidia comes back up. It's funny, Intel puts are going up on this. So yeah, the premiums are very, very earnings. XYL, APD, EMR. And then again, watch some of the bios. Wow, boop. Shorts was down 10 billion. Again, dude, I didn't even realize it. That last 2 days, they're saying it's the biggest rally since fucking June. I don't know. And then, yeah, GitLab's starting to, like, melt up. Because, dude, it doesn't... The out the monies don't go, but the one in the money is just climbing dollar for dollar. Very fascinating there. But that's how you benefit off these little melts. It's not moving like a news pop. Well, we had one of the Chads came in over the weekend when I was gone, and they were going over the irrigation. They said we need an irrigation specialist because like half of it works, half of it doesn't. But then that way, good planting and irrigation is going to help us control the water runoff. That's our issue right now. It's not like too big of an issue, but like it rained, and like given the way the property is, like it's just causing these fat ass, like hypothetically, if like it rained a lot in Cali, my property would turn into a river at some point, or part of it, not where the houses are, but another part of it. That's why we're like, oh, so yeah, we need some good water management. And then we could actually, if we do it in a sustainable way, we could actually make that water management be a little bit more productive and direct it to places we need. All right, there's SPY. Bond's going down on it. That might be the other victim, but other than that, you're going up. Equal weight is leading the way. Like I said, not too bad of the day. Russell recovered about 2/4 of that loss there, and then NASDAQ is about to go green. Pulte teasing announcement. Watch FNMA. They came down a while ago, and then UNH is still climbing after that. I have that one up. Philip Morris flushing, dude. So I haven't made a move on that one yet, like I told you guys. That one, though, should have been a lot better. Let me double check. Yeah, it all sounds good on the earnings. Okay, SPY ripping. There is wells on the property. Yeah, I have 2. Unity on the high. All right, so look, like we're saying here, it's very, very small, but right, that's it. You're 10, 15 points away. I think 20? Yeah, about 24 points, and then you'll be at another all-time high. So yeah, like we're saying, it wasn't that bad as long as you don't break the level. If it comes back down, that sucks. Bitcoin's still showing risk on. And here we are. Yeah, I didn't know that, bro. That's what they were telling me. The roots will build it'll soak up the water, and that helps the erosion shit. So super cool, bro. We're learning a lot. CRM, MOBTI, yeah, CRM starting to launch. Again, that was another play. Either you take them or hold them. Run it. Argentina, boomba, boomba, boomba. Oh yeah, I should explain it to everybody. Because again, bro, the problem, you guys know I'm not like, again, I think I told you about my disagreement with Trump in March or April. I don't know why nobody listened. But it actually got a lot more views than buy fucking Intel, but hey, that's another topic. But point is, I'm not trying to defend Trump with all of your guys' dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to die for homeboy, not in my cards. Only Jesus. I'll die for Jesus. Amen. But other than that, this is what I need you to realize, is that if you keep saying like really false shit, I'm just trying to correct the record. That's all. Because over the last 24 hours, a lot of people are like going in on the Argentina deal. Okta is ripping. I already have that one up, but it's not triggered yet. But it could be a part of everything else. Watch if any other cybersecurity goes with it or anything of that nature. Ammerk. But yeah, a lot of people are again, I don't want to defend Donald Trump, but I do think a lot of people are miscategorizing a lot of things. And they're talking about Trump abandoning farmers because we're doing all these deals with Argentina and giving them all this money. But the irony is that we have already agreed to like save them, and they're a risk to China. You know, that's why I've told you this months ago about Argentina and China and the link to that and why we have a benefit to help them out. So whether I agree with it or not, that's a whole nother topic. But the whole point, they're like, Donald Trump is taking all this stuff from Argentina. Long story short, it's because they have no collateral. So we just gave them $20 billion. Okta now about to trigger. Okay, let me get you a call. Go to November. I think you have a way better there at November. Yeah, that one's still going, bro. You could go for the weeklies, but honestly, I think the November, that's a sweet spot with time. I don't have enough time to find the right one, but be careful of the spreads and you'll be good. But yeah, Okta 1-4. It's actually not triggered yet. I just like it. Zscaler 2. Because again, you got the GitLab one. Yeah, Zscaler took $2. So did Pod. It might be industry-wide, but Okta is a value play. So watch out for it. But yeah, Argentina has no collateral. That's it. So we already gave them $20 billion of assistance. We're just trying to get everything we can to collateralize the deal, but they don't have assets worth $20 billion that isn't already backed with a bunch of shitty China debt or any other global debt. Does that make sense? So I'm not trying to defend the Trump administration, but some of you guys are lying, and you are misrepresenting a situation that's really economical. And that's what I'm saying. That is my wheelhouse, brother. So at the end of the day, if we already agreed to give him a deal, you could, debate that and argue that, but him selling out farmers, no, we're trying to garner as much collateral to make sure we don't just give away $20 billion. Think about it. What you did with Intel, you got collateral. We're getting collateral. So we might as well get materials and whatever we can. But even if Argentina gave us everything, they would not have enough collateral. Even Bungie and other companies already own the rights to their stuff. That's the problem. It's been struggling for so long. So I don't know why people don't know this, but yeah. And FDR destroyed the White House too. But to rebuild it, shout out the New Deal. That does have a relevance to your boy Biden if you think about it. But other than that, I hope that helps with some education for the day. It's not about us not having the money. We print money out of thin air. We already are handing it to them, but we need collateral. That's what I'm saying. People are like, why are we getting all this stuff from Argentina? Why are they trying to do all this stuff? But it's like, because if we're going to bail them out so they don't fall into the hands of China and other things, we should collateralize that deal as high as possible. But they're struggling so much. They don't really have $20 billion of collateral. There's not good quality assets or collateral to back that type of deal, but we are helping them out for other reasons, essentially. Hey, yeah, WBD, again, you had the Netflix headline in the morning. AMD flushing. We hit that high, and then we're back down, so it looked like you could have had early melt up, but now you're right back down, bro. Russell and NASDAQ, that's going to fuck with you. But equal weight's doing good. Worst case, if equal weight takes another leg, that'll be a good sign. Exactly. We don't know. It's not even the second mortgage. It's the third or fourth. That's the problem. They have assets, but it's all, you're fucking way down that list. It's already been pledged. Exactly. If you give the money, exactly. Thank you. Because now imagine, we give $20 billion that's not widely collateralized. They're like, where do we get this money? We print it. But by putting collateral behind it, it helps give you value to your dollar, brother. Otherwise, if we're just going to do what Biden does and give out money that's poorly collateralized, that weakens your dollar. Think about it. It dilutes the dollar pool, and it's not backed by real goods and services or trade. That's something we talked about a few years ago, where I was saying, dollar should tell you what you're getting, goods and services. That's part of your dollar strength, dollar weakness. So if you print a lot and it's not backed by real activity, that does give you kind of a real weighted average. They do have all that stuff, but again, they've pledged it. Literally, Bungie owns most of Argentina's crops. So that's what I'm saying. People, this is a long-standing history. It's fascinating if you're truly interested. I encourage you to look into it, and that's why if you like this stuff, that's why do you think I know about it? And that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, 10 years ago, people would love it to hear these talks, but people have highly politicized these, and that's why I'm saying it's like, I am not trying to defend Donald Trump, but I am not gonna, I look at how deeply complex and economic this is, and it can help you learn, understand lending and collateral and debt, and to degrade it all the way down to just being about politics is terrible. But again, even tied into the link with China and all that other stuff, it gets even more fascinating. All right, man, coming right back down, bro. Hi. Okta's still up. Neutral up. Flushing down 4. Isn't neutral a part of gene editing? Because again, you got one of those little conferences going on. Yeah, is it NVIDIA? Disney on the high. Yeah, Disney looking great. Target. I appreciate that. I'm glad, man. I really hope some of you are, you know, these next couple years, man. Like I'm saying, is some stuff with how we've been raised in this environment, it may rub you the wrong way, but I encourage you to get to the learning. And at the end of the day, if your goal is economics, money, and you align with my goal and my values with that, I would love for you to be a part of it. But like I'm saying, I mean, these conversations sometimes, we are losing the real meat of the truth, and I think it actually be good for a lot of you. So yeah, I love go watch my geopolitical lessons on the trading fraternity. I think some of you even went back recently on those, but that's a great place to start, especially if you like objectivity. GLD again. So yeah, let's go to eBay. Let's see if the price of gold. Did any of you check? I bet you it's still expensive on eBay. 1 ounce golden eagle. So what was it yesterday? What was the highest it went to yesterday? I thought it hit 4,500. Am I tripping? Oh, that's futures. That's why. So look, 4127. Go on eBay. It's still $4,400. So they're charging you above spot, but I don't think any physical person is gonna lower the price. I'm saying 46. This is a $10 one. But yeah, and then I don't know what the fuck those are. But yeah, spot's not gonna go down. Or excuse me, the physical price is not going to go down. And people want it. It's in heavy demand. And now I think they're using the paper prices to try to slow down so that they could get their hands on it. London, I wouldn't put that past London. So, and if you have watched me for a while, that is something that I have talked about a lot. You got a little bit of a pre-earnings run up yesterday. You wanted to buy a 1 ounce gold Bitcoin? So you even wanted your gold to be Bitcoin, Elliot? I love you, Elliot. It's good, bro. Elliot, you're a genius, man. That's it, man. All you need is the boundaries. You're gonna fucking love life, bro. You love your fucking Bitcoin. But yeah, he said a gold ounce Bitcoin. Dude, I'm telling you though, Derek, Cody, God bless y'all. They gave me that silver fucking ounce Halo thing. I turned into a boomer instantly. I'm like, yeah, right. I want to. Wait a minute. I was like, can I get a cross made out of gold? I'm like, but wait, people have been doing that forever. Now that I think about it. EPAM. Gee, again, you're still getting that little equal weight dynamic where a lot of these names are running. It sucks because if we can't get a breakout or breakdown, you're going to get a fucking annoying day of back and forth. But we'll see. Equal weight trying to make another move. So if equal weight breaks out, you'll probably get back to VWAP or not. And then depending on the equal weight breakout, that'll determine how much we go. Amazon going down is not good. That's not going to help the SPY because that was one of your only ones holding up. Oh, but they still got 2%. They got a little bit more. Meta, that gave up that 0.5%. That's probably why we probably slipped up there. Microsoft's already dumping. Yeah. So all you got is Amazon now and Apple. Only ones holding you down. Cause it's bad, boys. For like we ain't go in. I don't want to sing that song. I don't want to pizza. I don't want baby oil. I don't like it. No, I said no. What? We ain't going nowhere. We ain't. Yo, why did CNC fucking... Yeah, dude, CNC red to green fucked up the premiums in a good way. Going nowhere. We ain't. No. Apple volume. Apple still, though, that little run and then the upgrade cycle thing, that's getting people hyped. Why is Best Buy running? That's the second time we've seen that. Yeah, Best Buy's doing this little melt. I need to try something. Okay, high ticker, short-term momentum rip. Like I'm telling, watch equal weight today. It's one of those days. Look, equal weight's breaking out. SPY's going to be tagging along. That dynamic could switch, but for now, your equal weight's going to lead. It's doing it. And Philip Morris, bro. I'm looking for the turnaround. I ain't make a move on that, but that earnings was not 5% bad. So, but yeah, just it's not in favor right now. What's the time right now? Eastern 10. You only buy your Apple products from Best Buy? No way. Why? That's interesting. That could be part of that link. Everybody got the iPhone 17. That's why, like, I don't know. I heard the analyst, but I have kind of anecdotally seen it in real life. I feel like everybody got the 17. So, I don't know. That would kind of tie to that dynamic, but we should have grabbed those Apples down 30 on the year. I hope some of you did. I think I remember that watch list. Dow, that could be a long-term one to consider. We talked about that a few times. It's one of those that you will... you indirectly use it a lot, but you know, I'd weigh it against your options. Let your portfolio speak to you, but you know, it's not up, pays a dividend. I would verify how stable that dividend is, but yeah, it's on one of the lists. I mean, I do think you could do a little better, but then again, the right portfolio, that's going to be a nice play for it. So I don't know what you have. Oh, you get mad points on your Best Buy card if you buy it through there. I never really thought about that because they do have those little Apple stores there all the time. PM is tanking because you quit. Good for you, brother. That's what I'm talking about. And dog, I didn't realize outside of California, everybody smokes cigarettes. Like, what the fuck, dude? This weekend, everywhere I went smelled like cigarettes. And I was like, what? I don't know why. I think it's a Cali thing, bro. I don't remember the last time I was walking in public and someone's just smoking a stoke. It's so weird. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like cigarettes depending on the geography of the United States, the popularity is just is insane. Like, again, I don't think you see it in Cali. I only see vapes and potheads, but like, I'm used to smelling weed everywhere I go. But yeah, dude, it was a trip. I went to a couple places and different cities, and I just kept seeing. I would smell it. I would see it. It was much more normal. Like San Diego, Cali, LA, they like look at you weird if you start smoking a cigarette, and like people just stare. They mean mug. But yeah, that's it. It's so nutty, man. People smoke weed on the streets all the time. Yeah. That's good, man. Y'all stop it. I love it. fill it. Fill your life. Whatever you replace, you fill it. Indeed. Yeah, Suhi. I saw that one too. That did stay up Australia-wise. I like it. I don't know. Do we have that one? No, we don't. I remember seeing it. No C exists. Latar. Woo! CNK, UNH, gold still at the low. Again, watch your big tech or your equal weight to lead. Yeah, CRM, bro. I cut mine. I still got a good gain, but now, yeah, you'd be making a lot more. That's good, though. Like I said, that fucking that headline should have made it go whoop, and it did. So, GG's, baby. That was one we got to wake up to last week. What is that, NEP? I just saw something, rip. Okay. All right, you're going back up. I think equal weight's also hitting a new high. Yeah, so take a look. Equal weight, third new high. SPY hasn't hit one yet. If SPY could do it and big tech goes, that's going to help it out a little bit. But yeah, you are definitely broadening out. What time is it? PH, Cigna, UNH, and yeah, UNH again. Pre-inflation carbo. He's not 5 anymore! No, dude. Don't tell me that. They've raised the price of caffeine addiction. It's terrible. Packer, Target, a couple of plays running. Equal weight relate to the SPY, because the SPY is not equally weighted. So this is something I'd encourage you to understand as soon as possible, because this has been going on for several years. But the S&P is made up, like 50% of it is from like 5 companies. So equal weight gives you a better idea of how everything is moving. So the equal weight going up is meaning there's more broader amount of stocks are advancing. Whereas the normal SPY, if Apple, Nvidia, and big names go down and the other 493 go up, the SPY will still go down, but the equal weight will go up. That's what's happening now. So your big tech is keeping the SPY lower, but all across the board right now, there's probably 400 names are going up. I'll get you that number in a little bit. You think crypto is cooked? No, not at all. I like crypto. I just think, you know, I'd encourage everybody to diversify and, yeah, have a little bit of everything. And if you are going to be, you know, one of those plans to just buy it and stack little by little, just it only works if you stick with it. So but yeah, I mean, I just think we're at a different stage. You're at the monetization stage of Bitcoin. Oh yeah, let me get you the checkup. So yeah. GLL, ZSL, Adobe. So you're coming back down. Yeah, it's not too bullish, but 18 names green on the Dow, 12 in the red. NASDAQ is 50-50, but then the SPY, you got 350 green, 150 in the red. So it's not, I thought it would be 400. We're like 50 off. Yeah, gold is still dumping. Going up because there's a lot of people pricing it and it moved up a lot ahead of it. So that's what happens on these. I'd watch the standard deviation, the earnings strategy video. That's why sometimes front running works or not, but it's only just moving up because of implied volatility and people are positioning now. But if it already kind of ran up a lot ahead, that may be it, but you never know. Are you kidding me? This isn't real, dude. I saw the video, but there's no fucking way, dude. He was wearing this. Are you ready for this? I'm sorry, I got distracted. I need to go pee, that's why. I was gonna probably look at this while I was peeing, but holy fuck. You see, you know James O'Keefe, the guy who always be catfishing him and getting him to say fucking secrets on camera. That's what he wore to the fucking meeting. That's ridiculous. He dressed up like Austin Powers. And you still fell for it? I'm blown away. There's no way that's real. How? If I met any of y'all with the wig, I'm knocking it off. Unless you tell me not to. If you were like, Josh, tell me about your news wire, and you wearing a wig, I'm slapping you. You're like, so tell me about how do you get the news so fast, Joshua? Show me. He's a pro. That's terrible. That's crazy. All right, I need to go pee, man. That was wild. Wild.
I've asked them to focus on spinning out this business and really focusing
Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity.
Returns. Again, we're not
Real
looking
Cold
for a
News.
fight, but if you see,
Twitter.
We've only thrown one public punch, right?
Well, you follow me on Twitter, dog. There's no rules on Twitter. You know that, right?
And coincidentally,
exactly.
one of the nominees on our slate that we announced yesterday is the chairman. The chairman, and we exchanged some tough words 2 years ago, but he approached us and he said, you know what, Lauren, I've seen how your team works. I've seen the value you can create for all shareholders. And Jim Fox asked to join our slate. So he's on our slate. So I think it's just a combination of, a couple of years of trying to convince them that they need to simplify the business and unlock value and them just focusing on continuing to empire build. CEOs like bigger companies, they make more money.
What's an example of them empire building?
So they made really low returning ROIs. When you look at their ROIs on their M&A, right, it's less than 10% against Corpay's, which is their closest peer, which is north of 20%. The Corpay CEO owns almost $1 billion of stock alongside his board. This chair CEO and board owns not a lot of stock. So they made bad acquisitions like eNet. They bought Payzer for $250 million, 10 times revenue. That's been a flop. And just not really focusing on the best returning acquisitions. And that's because, again, the CEO's compensation was tied to revenue. revenue growth. So they borrowed on the balance sheet at the expense of shareholders, and now shareholders are demanding change.
And so how do you describe your investment process? I'm looking at your 13F, your most recent one at least, and they obviously changed, but I'm seeing names that I remember us discussing last year, SLM Corp.
Yep.
You're prior to that, Concentrix, which didn't do particularly well.
Has not done well.
You still own these things.
We do. So we're long-term oriented. So as you know, going back to Buffett, patience and time is the friend of a long-term investor. And usually it's that long-term horizon that creates the best return opportunities. So our goals and our process is to identify companies that are high-quality businesses that might be misunderstood, trading at a low valuation relative to what we think potential is, and then work with those companies to close that gap. With Sallie Mae, we invested in that company between $6 and $10 a share. Shares were $35 earlier this year, and we owned it since inception. That's over a 6-year period. So patience and time really is the friend of the long-term
Is it frustrating to you, though, to see some of these AI-related names move up double digits in a day on virtually no news while you're sitting there and sort of trying to, do the hard work and watching stocks not necessarily move up much in a year?
It's fascinating. Yeah, I think that's why time, you have to focus on what you know. And, I look at AI today, right? Oklo, which is with Sam Altman's SPAC, which is a small nuclear reactor. It is the largest weight in the Russell 2000 value index, right? It has no revenues for 3 years. It started the year at $3 billion. Today it's $25 billion of market cap with no revenues in the Russell 2000 small cap value index. That's insane. So it reminds me a lot of the dot-com era. And what was the right thing to do in the dot-com era? It wasn't to short the bubble companies, right? It was to look where no one else is looking. Look at the areas where people are ignoring. You'd be better off owning a railroad in 2000 than buying Cisco at 35 times earnings.
I'm not.
Impactive, what we're doing today is looking.
I'm not agreeing with all of it, but I mean, she's on track.
Do you think that we are in an AI bubble and therefore
I think it's more like 2021.
Similar moves that we saw, let's call it.
Oh, they just cut it off. They did not want us to hear. They say commercial. Commercial break, motherfucker. Okay. Hey, Chad, it's gonna be a good day. It's already a good day. You know? They all, I don't know, man. I like it, guys. Just you already know the truth. You stay in your own, you just gotta protect your mind, stick to the plan, and that's it. It's hard. Ask Charlie Munger, rest his soul. They're some of the most easiest things you could do to stay alive and thrive in the market, but you do got to avoid all of the FOMO and keep a certain discipline. That's all it really requires. And don't forget, that's what your long-term is. Your long-term does express and show a discipline, and as long as you stay disciplined in it, it's gonna reward you. I don't know who that was. No idea. Who got like she got Facebook? Is she single? That's my future wife. Calm down. It's 7:52. 7:52. Yeah, Baba, I just saw 167. Kind of low. Well, depending on how you look at it. All right, you ready for this? Spot gold, biggest one-day drop since 2013. Jeez. That's before I even got some of mine there. Holy shit. Yeah, that's crazy, actually. So like I'm telling you, that's your biggest one-day drop in over a decade. 12 years. Almost 13. And it's not really off. And I think it was only good data in copper. But then you also see where the price is at. But then again, gold has never been this high. So it's going to be easy to set those one-day records if you think about it. And then SPY's up. Bitcoin's getting risk on now. And then, yep, equal weight leading the way. You're barely up, and we got 20 points to a new all-time high. Equal weight will probably lead the way, and then as long as we don't get too much traffic at the top, it might look good. But otherwise, if you get beaten back down, it's going to be really annoying. So plan accordingly. There's Sherm. CSX Berkshire takeover? Well, it's not moving yet. Be careful. I haven't verified that. Chat's just posting that, but you get one candle. I don't see it anywhere else. Some circulation. It's a takeover note. Axios. So yeah, it hasn't hit most wires yet, but I don't know. It might be more opinion. Remember the deal with like pizza. If they say there's an offer, you're gonna get a move. But the ones where it's opinion, you might just get a pop in volatility up. Easy to get scammed. So be careful. But yeah, you got one report, but I don't know if it sounds more opinion. Disney, Tesla's tomorrow, and then Adobe, and then Spy. All right. If you can get any other ones, no. Keep doing it. That's what I'm saying. You're fine. Don't worry. I'm just like I'm telling you. I'm giving you guys the backup there with it until it circulates or does anything. You just got to know the opinion versus not. Doesn't mean there's not an opportunity, but make sure you know everything. Yeah, I'm not against that, especially if it's early. SPHR, you want to add it to the long term. So I typed in the ticker. I'm going to hit the daily. I'm going to zoom out. Okay. And now, would you like to ask the same question again? And I will ban you if I give the answer and it's easy. Or you could retract your question right now. It's up to you. I'll give you the option. I love options. Long term. I know CRM, I cut too early, but we had a good amount earlier. But yeah, GG's if you kept riding it. You can't take too long. You got to answer, brother. I'm not. We got to figure this out. Okay, you don't want to retract it? Feel you. No, okay. So the answer is no. Please go to the other chat or don't. Again, if it's at a fucking all-time high, I don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to be like, oh, we'll get it on a drop. Tell me about it on the drop. Tell me about it when nobody wants it. And again, you guys are free to do whatever you want, but, you know, out of a sake of protection, you know, ever since I've been telling you guys buy the ones that aren't up, I mean, I think it's gone a long way for some of y'all. CarMax, not really, no. CCCX, investor going long. Spy ripping now. We even got Path up. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Pay. You heard me, mother... And Beyond still chilling. Yeah, more Bitcoin, more Ethereum. Actually, it's getting really risk on in Bitcoin crypto land. Maybe the internet turned back on. That could be it. Silver had an 8% drop, biggest since 2021. So yeah, definitely for gold. I don't think Oklo got a downgrade. There was something this morning. They were all pretty much down. SMR, Oklo, every single one of them. Oracle ripping. How do you know which one will correct, physical and paper? Probably by the time supply comes up. That's the answer. So if physical supply stays low, physical is the winner. Otherwise, and then, you know, supply will eventually go up or demand will drop, adding to that supply. But as long as it's like in shortage, you're gonna physical is gonna keep demanding premiums. At least in my opinion. Yeah, CCX, that's just an investor. That popped down. Then BG on the high. Snow, TT. What's that other one? Okta. Oh, that one held up. All right. Illinois Tools. Well, you just got to, it's just like paper gold. It's just an agreement at a price. So people usually sell the price, but even if you wanted to use it as like a legit agreement, you're buying the rights to it in a sense. So that could fluctuate a lot, but it all comes down to if you actually wanted to own it and it's not available, the physical is going to command a premium. The Fed conference, you've had a couple people back and forth. Yeah, oil. Believe me, I think oil, this is where some people are saying, certain things where they're like, look, the economy, things are slowing down. It's only AI spend. But remember, like, oil going down is recessionary. A big drop in oil does not look good. Caterpillar invest in U.S. manufacturing in, is that Illinois? No, Lafayette, Indiana. That's part of the tax stuff, probably. But, yeah. Oh, what was I saying? I forgot. Oil. Google with a candle. Candle to the low. Google. Check news. It's already down too. What is that? That's $1. So it's like 0.5. It's not a trigger yet, but it just took a stick. Maybe it is that browser stuff. If you guys remember, that's developing. And then CRM on the high. Yeah, Opera even went down too, though. Hold on. It could be related to that. Oh my gosh. I fucked up already. I typed the wrong one. Damn. The spreads aren't bad. You just need that to continue. But yeah, Google and Opera are going down. There's probably going to be a headline. And then Starbucks. That's $2. That's 1% on Google. Not a trigger yet, but it's a big cap. Yeah, 3M is earnings. It killed it. Hinge Health, new AI-powered tools. U.S. Senate votes to approve aviation safety legislation requiring advanced air traffic something. Oh, I just flipped. Air traffic tracking legislation. Yeah, oil dropping is not good. I mean, again, though, last time there was bad economic data, oil was going down. It looked like shit was about to collapse, but then, I mean, they pulled something out of their ass. That's why last time you had a fat drop on oil, it was very recessionary, but it ended up being a false signal because of how much money they threw on everything. So that's just the odd part. I'm watching it. I would keep it. I wouldn't write it off yet, but at the same time, it could mean and not mean something at the same exact moment. Welcome to the modern fucked up era. OpenAI hosting a live web stream to announce upcoming agentic web browser. There it is. Yeah. So, again, Google reacts to this every time. Sometimes it'll go even more. But, yeah, they're saying that there's a OpenAI scheduling a live stream regarding web browsers. So, Google, that's why Opera even went down, too. Yeah, nice. Good find. GitLab. That one's still going too. Yeah, we still haven't even heard that one. CRM just had good news. I think it turned into a planting day. Google's still dropping though off that headline. Again, OpenAI live stream. $10 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, so in 2 hours. Yeah, UPS could be the pre-earnings run. A lot of those value plays will do it. Even like Target, some of the ones that have been beaten down, they're all getting that run up. Eli Lilly's starting to pick up here a little bit. Actually, Eli Lilly looking really good. I haven't looked at premiums yet. I'm just looking at that move right now. Okay, Google now hit about 2% down since that first call out. If you took I haven't looked at the options there. Yeah, they went up 30%. It's moving slow, but again, you have that. You've freaked out to this a couple of times, so you should be pretty familiar. And then, yeah, Eli Lilly catching a candle now. Open door, CRM. High ticker's almost fully gassed, surprisingly. So even though it's Google coming down is probably slowing down the SPY right there. But look, equal weight is just ripping. Yeah, healthcare starting to climb up. XBI still up. Nike, yeah, Nike's even again value. Edwards. A little GME dude. A little Braun dude. A little Lenard dude. Again, even Whirlpool fucking up. So yeah, it's getting very broad. Let's double check. Yeah, Dow only 7 in the red now. That's really going. NASDAQ has 63 in the green. So, yeah, little by little you're going. Google's still dropping now. 365, though, on the SPY. Ionis on the low. We've had this headline several times, yeah. Google reacting to browser news. But then again, it hasn't, like, developed. Thank you. You're welcome, you guys. Thank you for not breaking the rules, you know. I appreciate that. You have no idea. Even without paying the plug, I'm glad you guys can say thank you and not influence others. And you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I was looking for. So I do hope that information helped. Amen, baby. Yeah, you got 50%. Some of them went up a little bit more, bro. So yeah, you got a 3% move. Before the world, baby, even on a minute delay. Look at, I don't even know if it's a minute today. It might be less or lower, but you guys know that's with the delay, right? So all of you guys saying thank you. You are delayed. And you still got it. Imagine that. Imagine that. Chicago. Enjoy it, bro. Dude, I like the East Coast, bro. I was like East Coast, kind of Midwest, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, you know, it's grown on me. Okay, now they're picking up the Google news. I make it free or do something. Because, again, it's kind of like the Reddit effect. You got to be careful, but you've played this before, and then now more and more people are catching on. So that goes for all of you. Be wise. I say you make it freer, but like I'm saying, this will be a checkpoint. So it's either gonna bounce or you'll take the extra leg and then that final one. You could also watch Opera, but again, you got the advantage on the timing of that one. That's what I'm saying. China EU to hold export control dialogue in Brussels. It's coming out now. IFF. That's a value. Again, a lot of these value ones in earnings have been running. Keep it real. Well, you want to help? I have something. I need somebody to do something. I noticed it yesterday. I'm gonna set up some of y'all. I'm gonna show y'all how to trigger the Twitter bots. It's so funny, dude. You know you could code them too. So if I'm not doing it on my public account because then you guys will figure it out. But some of them are bots, and I could code them. So if it's made by shitty Russians or Chinas, you could literally reply with code and get it to do what you want. Isn't that amazing? So and then there's some humans who act like bots. But I do have one thing you guys could do. I need a Twitter reply guy. you need to go find all of the top, just all of the stuff on the For You, and just go through it. And you need to find stuff that's relevant and reply with my Twitter on it. That's your job. I'm telling you, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, whoever wants to do that, you let me know. But your job in any dead time, find popular threads and just keep replying with real cult news. But it has to be like funny, and you have to explain what we're doing. And yes, that is your new job if you so accept it. But other than that, God bless. Got a few insane options. I got you, baby. That's with the delay, you guys. That's amazing. So I'm glad. But like I'm saying, thank you for not breaking the rules. I actually, really thank you for upholding our values. I appreciate that more than anything. And that I hope that leads to more good info for you. Yeah, that one that I replied to, I was like, the fastest known to man. That got a lot of attention. So, yeah, that will be your new job. All of you could do it. The more, the merrier. Tim is probably one of the funniest. He is. He's hilarious, bro. I've been enjoying those. Don't reply, just add it. So, because that's what I'm saying, there's probably stuff going on. I don't see it, but if you see something funny, just reply and then make a link to me. Hi. It'll benefit all of you. I don't think you realize. We have to eliminate the front runs, because then if you already know where the plug is and then you eliminate the people front running, you guys are going to get a way better edge. I don't know if you know that's how you do it. Light defeats darkness. That's why you shine the light. Oh, they don't feel me. Okay, Nvidia's climbing back up. Amazon's still in the game. Apple came down after that run, and then Meta too. That was actually one of the earlier leaders. Nike, ON too. So I don't know what's good. They're all just kind of melting. Any of these values ahead of earnings. Today is kind of a melt day now. Again, it started off a little slower. I got a Merck headline, something phase 3. And then, yeah, we're still like 10, 15 points. Equal weight's chilling out, but watch if non-equal weight takes over here. Oh, the Mercs are in the money? I think I still have a little bit of them. Yeah, we have a couple. Nice. What's the time? Yeah, they are. They went up a decent amount. Didn't it go up higher the other day? Yeah, it's around that same price. BMNR, more crypto risk on, and then SPY going up. This time, equal weight's kind of slowing down, but this right here, even though SPY's going up, it's this is NASDAQ going green. Rubio and Lavrov held call. Rubio and Russia. Yeah, Google's down. You caught that minute by minute, baby. You have a poison pill for AI bots on my bio? Oh, let me see it. Send it to me. Well, I'm telling you, there's a crazy shit though, but like, yeah, you are. Twitter's a very funny and weird and scary place. Mansfield microgreens, welcome. But like, are you gonna get weird with me? I don't know why, but my history on YouTube, everybody that does like gardening, they get hella odd with me. So I don't know if you're a gardener, except Ryan. Ryan is, I don't think he's a gardener. He does better landscaping. But like the guys who be like planting and doing like, I don't know why y'all pissed off all the time. I thought the plants would make you happy, but yeah. So I hope I hope we could get an exception. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, there's like actual bots, and then there's like the guys who go to the No Kings protest. That's just like human bots, but it's different. Yeah, Fig waking up. Who's the other one? Stub. Stubhub. You garden hard. I know, but like if you have like gardening in your name, they go crazy on me. I have data. I'm telling you, it's so weird. That's what I'm saying. If you don't make gardening your identity, I don't think you're at risk, but the one I don't know how to explain it. That's why I'm saying I saw the name and I'm like, oh shit. It's either one of them or it's a new one, and I hope we could get an exception. Yeah, Google's going though. So Checkpoint, you got a little bit more, but notice the premiums aren't gonna jack the same way. But you are getting that continuation. They were bots, if you will, yes? They did, they got paid. They were bought, literally. All right, here, let's finish the year off strong for sure, bro. Fuck yeah, I'm down with that. And I hope so, man. And I hope all of y'all realize, just let me say it again. Even with all of it, even if you, I hope you could even get past what you would perceive as my shit talking, because I'm telling you, you need to pick your side. You need to join. You need to either, not my membership, I'm saying, are you going to be on Team Truth and Objective? There's no political side. You need to understand that. And we need to go, because I'm telling y'all, even next year we have opportunity. So if y'all going to play the same card, that it cost a lot of money this year. And I said, talk to me at the end of the year. So I do hope you guys are ready. And I encourage all of you to put the past where it belongs, behind you, and look forward and fucking run it. So let's close out strong, baby. You're in the lead. Don't give it back. Man, Google. J.D. Vance, command senator, is monitoring ceasefire. Israel government. Lockheed on pace to deliver 175 to 190 F-35s. Dividend, yeah. Our plays will be before that. We're already in the money. And then SPY getting wrecked. I don't know why. It has to be Google. It's either Google or a headline's going to hit, but I'm going to go with Google. I'm going to go with Google and big tech selling off. I wouldn't trip too hard, but you never know. We're watching. Yeah, that's it. NASDAQ went almost green, then back down a quarter. Russell recovered a lot. And then Dow is the real winner with SPY, but mainly equal weight. Very, very broad and out. Google is an OpenAI scheduled one of those browser things. And then, yeah, we got it really, really early. Even the guys on the delay hit a bag. NIU. GitLab. Yeah, some of them are still holding. Oh, there's one more. Where's fucking Tap, dude? Tap should be ripping right now with all those other bad, with all the other value. But yeah, I might have to wait on those. Could be because of Emma and Philip. You missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. Amen, bro. Dude, I'm telling y'all. Like I said yesterday, bro. If you really believe in the future and what's gonna happen, you'd start setting up your boundaries. That's what I did at the beginning of the year, bro. Some of you were shocked, but at the end of the day, I'm glad I did, and I think we have a lot more in store. So I want to encourage everybody, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you've made mistakes. I don't care if you've made bad decisions in thinking. The beauty is that if you're here right now and I still got your ear, you still got a shot. I'm more worried about the people who can't hear this right now. You get what I'm saying? Even if you fucking hate me and you hear me right now, that's not supposed to happen. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, bro. One day ask. Let me put it this way. How many of you who love me now, you didn't like me in the beginning? Come on. Some of you either hated me, thought I was weird, please let them know, because that's a normal behavior. I don't get surprised by it. That's why it's funny when y'all try to talk shit and like press it, but I just hope you know I've done this my whole life. So I don't know. You could ask the chat, but at the same moment, I don't think that's unusual. And like I'm saying, like, dude, if you're here right now and I still have your ear, you have a shot. So I do. You'll thank me later, bro. And I'm fine with that. And I'm much more mature enough to look down. We'll be friends down the line. You see what I'm saying? But just don't blow your opportunity. Don't fucking fade the future when you're here and why the fuck are you in stock market live, dude? How you know what I'm saying? How the fuck did you end up here? That means you were looking for something, bro. Yeah, you didn't. I was discouraged. I hate. Then I started listening, and I noticed we aligned. You thought I was like every other streamer until I listened one day. My girl thought I was in a cult. I always loved you. I'll be honest, me. Nah, I never folded. I came around. Hell nah. I listened because you were right about a lot. Can't agree with everything, but overall good. I thought you were a scammer. Loved and a hater, then the cult member. Yeah, some people love me in the beginning, then turn into a hater, and then come back home. Prodigal son, I love you. Yeah, so like I'm saying, and I've also banned a lot of people too who can't comment. But you like I'm saying, I think some of the guys who they've gotten matured through this process, and you understand what I'm doing. You don't do what I do for as long as I do without you. I'm here for the truth. We're here to benefit people, man. And that's what I'm saying. If I was wanting to scam all that, we would have done it a long time ago. And we could do it right now too, and do a lot of other things. And like, if I wanted you all to fail, believe me, I would be giving you the info they give you. Netflix, Comcast, they're reiterating that one. So yeah, man, like I'm saying, bro, if you are here right now and you're listening, if you already did good, man, we got to close out strong. That's something I've been telling you from January. Don't give up the lead. But I do think next year has opportunities. And if you were frustrated this year, you missed this year, hey, man, charge it to the game. I hope you learned from it. That was what I wanted you to do. I wanted people to get separated, and I wanted to draw a hard line because you need to learn quickly. You need to learn as soon as possible what is good for you and what's not. Who is helping you and who is not. What is going to win and what is going to lose. You need to. And if we can't convince you, I don't want to convince you. It should resonate. You got to see it through the results. So like I'm saying, though, charge it to the game. Learn from it. You got a shot. Get ready for next year. And you could get ready by what you start doing now in your mindset and looking ahead, planning. I'm telling y'all, dog. So, amen. Yeah, man, get ready. Your mom does the tisk tick every time you cuss. Man, my mom do the same thing, dog. I feel. Yeah, core weave back up. And ARM. But I think Google started to add some drag, and then Apple and the rest of them went down. ANET on the high. That's kind of like a better Oklo or Okta. That's starting to move. High ticker's fucking gassing though, dude. Look. You're almost fully. There's been very, very good momentum. Yeah, but equal weight's going down. What the fuck is this? This has to be industry or earn. This is probably all the earnings and anybody else doing a pre-earnings melt, because even equal weight's down on that. Thank you, baby. Amen, bro. Thank you. And thank you all who uphold the values and those who are going to keep upholding them with me. Like I said, man, rules. We had to enforce a lot of rules, but it's not about rules, man. It's about value. It's about the culture, baby. I love you, but honestly, you scare me. I mean it in the lovingest way possible. You got to work on that. Because I should scare you for the good things, but I don't really. You know, I'm like a 5'6" lizard looking. Unless you're scared of lizards, you know, all I'm telling you is good words. But yeah. In worst case, you get it long term. If you get banned, it should be for some value that you should be able to learn about, or you have already had your chance and exhausted it. Which again, that's part of the values. You don't feel me? Yeah, I don't care what people think. You could say I have Tourette's. I don't mind. I'm just me, man. That's all. And I just learn more and more. It's not that I think I'm better than anybody. I would just like genuinely, it's just between me and God. I'm gonna die one day and God is gonna judge me. And that's the only thing that matters for me. So, but I gotta be me, because I've noticed that as I try to adjust and other things, all I know is that it's very easy to drift away from what really matters. So, yeah, that's part of it, man. I hope y'all will learn to even adopt that in your own way. But we all have things we could work on. But yeah, you unfortunately, I heard this the other day. It's kind of crazy. Have you noticed this is like the new generation? It's nuts, and it makes a lot of sense. Think about it. Chats, streaming, the internet, everybody's connected. Like the youngest generation, they are worried, like their diss, it's not about you're dumb, you're this. They always say everybody thinks you're this. It's like a third party perspective. That's how they diss you, because they value everybody. That's why when people are like, you're an international joke, Trump, they care about the society, how everybody would view them. Does that make sense? Somebody worded this a lot better than I could have, but I see it. That's why it's like you guys got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got, like, the crowd is the generation loves the crowd, but you do have to be mindful, because before you know it, you will change a lot about yourself trying to fit in with this broad crowd. And again, like the peer pressure is like everybody. Oh, Chad, it's embarrassed. Everybody. That's the diss. That's what people are worried about. That's what's giving them anxiety. That's what's making them hesitate. They're not worried about the logic. They're worried about how everybody looks at them, how an invisible third-party chat is looking at them. That's the diss. It's fascinating. So, like I'm saying, in a weird way, we may disagree. I may do stuff, but you got to be you, bro. All of you, and I'm gonna do that damn well too. So, amen. Thank you, brother. Thank you. We got a lot more work to do. I'll find out the better way to put it, but that's what I heard, and it was just a trip, dude, because it makes sense. Because you'll see when people get in arguments, they'll bring up everybody, and that's like the thing that hits some of the young generation. It hits them harder. They don't care if someone next to you thinks you're weird. They're like, what? I'm an embarrassment to the Chad. It's whew. Lulu still. You guys called that one out in the morning. That's 5 now. God bless you, Georgie. I don't have to give y'all a warning, do I? Amen. Yeah, well, remember, we're getting ready for a rate cut. Well, that's the irony, is that we're going to get it the next day, but yeah, it's literally 2 more cuts are priced in. That means that, or 50 basis points, and we have 3 meetings left. So there's a possibility of 1 skip, or we get more bullish or more dovish and you get an extra one. So just keep that in mind. And then remember, next week, big tech earnings plus that. 3M's ripping. Yeah, and the Twitter thing, just do that. If you ever see something and you saw me talk about it, reply with so-and-so talked about it on this date. That's what I'm saying. Like, even Tyree, add some comments to those space ones. Because the ones you tag me and people see it all the time. I don't know why, Tyree. The algo loves you, Tyree. Tyree. Novo, others to quit board following dispute. Yeah, they were saying that something in the morning. I don't even care about that one. All I care about is the Alzheimer's thing. I can't shake it. I don't know why. It sucks because I don't know the date, but I just know that. I think it's going to be 15% up or down. That's why I'm liking it. So I just don't. It could get really bad for NVO too. That'll be the death blow to NVO to get us the diamond if it doesn't go in, and then they kill it. But then that might be last call if it ends up actually getting it. But then again, Alzheimer's is like, we haven't figured it out. It's a hard one. And Alzheimer's, dude, it sucks, dude. You know, the mind, brother, the mind. LB, Beto's up again. All right, you're getting more momentum. It's odd, man. Just because of that Google drop, it kind of fucked with it. We saw some of the earnings running. Very earnings-esque, actually, but yeah, either way, it's kind of slow. The Dow and value, Equal-Weight is doing very well. They're kind of matching up now, but Equal-Weight's still multiple highs ahead of the normal SPY. Yeah, it's like a 4 or 5 year study that NVO has been doing to look at Alzheimer's and the effect of like the GLPs, Ozempic. So it's, again, you know, they're like look at Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly went up 20% off the fucking heart disease of Ozempic or whatever the GLP ones were. So the whole idea is that if there's like statistical, you know, a study of a long-term study that shows efficacy for Alzheimer's, and it's all based off Ozempic, it's gonna be insane. But then again, too, it's like one of those future drivers kind of already priced, so that if it did fail and it wasn't good, it'd be one big thing less to look forward to, and I think that would hurt the stock as well. So, and it's gonna come out this year. It's either this year or beginning of next year, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out this year. So we only have like 2 more months. I just don't know when. And there you go. MSTR now. Lulu clothing. I mean, there was good China news, and then who was the last one? Was it LVMH? But yeah, China numbers weren't bad, at least retail-wise lately. Vance, Trump wants to have good relationship with the Iranians. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it ended up being bad and it went down like 15%, I think NVO would start yielding around 4. I think that would be a diamond. I said that on the last video months ago. We just got to be patient. And it's not the only option. So if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's a catalyst people know about. So there's some form of it's already priced in. That's why it's like if it didn't go well, it could hurt them. EU Trade Commissioner held call with Chinese counterpart. We had the other side of that headline like an hour ago. Bonds taking a candle. Google is chill. Back to checkpoint zone. I told you got a little bit more. This is after everybody picks up on it. This is you getting an edge. Can't you cross-reference? They were starting to do the research. You can, but it doesn't work that way. When it's like once you get to the final stretch of like how they report, they could do it however they want. So even if the study's completed, they could choose when they announce it. It's not, they don't necessarily announce it right when it's done. But you could get in the neighborhood, but it just, welcome to biotech land. You give you an idea, but it won't really give you the exact, unless they schedule an announcement and have it there. It's up to them. It could help it out, but I think oil's weird. We talked about it earlier. It's just that because oil down like this, it should be recessionary. It doesn't say good things about the economy, but then you have had these war deals and all these other things. And last time the economy was really slowing down really bad and oil did that, they ended up throwing a bunch of money at it and then controlling data releases, and now it didn't mean anything. So I would look at it, and rate cuts should spur that, but at the same time, if it doesn't, we might get the answer to what oil's doing down in a couple of months. That window I've told you about from the last rate cut, maybe oil comes in at the mid stage to give us something to identify. But for now, I see it. It's a signal, but it's also not the only one. And it still could mean a lot of things right now. Again, last time I made that error of judging too soon, it cost me. So, but I'm looking at it. Oh, come on. Serum, dude. Serum is a banger. Good job. Nvidia.com. Hi. I put Jesus on the beat so I could listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision, in it. Oh, let's do some push-ups, dude. I'm down. Chattadonia, 2.5 hours. It's your life, brother. But little, small decisions, good ones. Here and, oh man, consistency is gonna change your life, dog. Amen. So yeah, stand up. I need to do a lunge, and then I'll probably have to do a little wall stretch, actually. I haven't been doing my twists. CLS. Oh. Qualcomm. Isn't part of it because we're producing more? Yes. And then different, access with all these other Russia deals and all that. But then it's also demand too. Some of the demand is dying. Like, I don't think all economic metrics are actually good right now. There's some signs of slowdown, but it's not the worst. It's not worse than what we've seen in 2022 and 2023. But then it's also obfuscated, I think I said that wrong, by the fact that a lot of spending's in data centers in 10, 20, 30 years out. I think the GDP is like 0.3 if you remove all data spending, or data center spend. So that's kind of the dilemma. There's heavy demand in some industries and then zero demand or lowering demand in a lot of other ones. Or it's at least holding a higher or a lower baseline from the last couple years. Yeah, Spy just took another candle. I'd watch your big tech first and see. Edwards on the high, E-dubs. And Apple's coming back. At least you got to go higher. Eco-weight still ripping. I don't know if we're above the Trump zone yet. You're right off of the all-time high, 20 points. But yeah, unless there's like news development or a big shift, I mean, it might be a little bit of back and forth and annoying like this. Yeah, Kenview, they had that Starboard thing. Where's UNH? Google's coming back down. See, I'm just gonna slow the premium down, but it might go. It might react, but it could probably take another couple more percentage points if the OpenAI thing's like super dope. But yeah, I don't know. That's hard to tell. I think if you got the first position, you're fucking golden. But at that point, how much extra? It will depend on what they announce, but then that might even be to sell the news. So I don't know. But yeah, stretch, bro, stretch. Push-ups. Oh, here, let me see if I can get you some propaganda. Because I'll be yelling at you from far away. Trump makes rare earth deal with Australia. Let's see what they say about this.
Though these things are important to track, we are so interdependent at this time with China and other regions that I don't think it's something that you would exit AI stocks for. If anything, I would just look at this as many global powers are concerned about how are we going to keep up the manufacturing, because demand is so high. Demand is outstripping supply. That piece is much more important to me as an investor than all the little nuances as to how we get there on supply.
You use the phrase bargaining chip. I'll pardon the pun on your behalf, but the calculus for people like David Sachs is that is the negotiation. Rare earths on the China side in exchange for access to deprecated chips on the US side, and principally NVIDIA deprecated chips, right? Do you have a better sense, Beth, of where that negotiation is heading?
I could see it being resolved favorably for both sides. We've heard from NVIDIA's CEO that he would really like to restore those relations. So even if you take some of our industry leaders, they all want to see, as much working together as possible. Of course, is that reasonable? I do think that geopolitically, AI will continue to be a point of tension. It is just so powerful in terms of what it can do for GDP. And I think it just goes back to that piece, which is because it's so powerful as to how it can grow GDP, it's a really the best investable opportunity of our lifetime. And that's the piece I would really focus on.
Beth Kindig of IO Fund, I always appreciate the deep analysis. Thank you very much. Now, coming up on the program, US IPO activity during the government shutdown has been higher than anticipated. We'll tell you what's behind it and the unconventional approaches it's leading to. That's next. This is Bloomberg Tech.
CRM with the red. Thank you, propaganda boys. Okay, hold on.
Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a call, baby. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear, oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah, it's done. Daddy said it's finished. Made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it, set apart from the start. And the heart isn't ours, it's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real, it's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing they want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now. Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ay, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear, oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Amen.
I like that one, bro. I like that one before the bell. Alrighty. How we looking, Chad? How we looking? Okay. Is Edwards still going up? Yeah, that popped a little right before I left. Vivendi. Oh, I needed water. That was a good stretch. It was a good stretch, my friends. All right, man. I said I think most of my plays were done from the morning. I added like one more, just really, really small ones. Other than that, man, I think we chill till the earnings, and I don't know if we have Trump on the calendar today. He already got some advanced comments and all that, but very fascinating day, I'd say, with the whole gold, Bitcoin, equal weight, man. And again, we're getting ready for fucking end of the month. Bristol, BMY, a little popper. It's kind of waking up there. Again, oh, where's Dana here, man? That one. Yeah, it came back down, but I still can't believe it did that, dude. It was not that active, I guess, in the morning, and then they just, whoop. Yeah, that was part of the Biotechs, too. VRT, Biogen, Affirm, Core Weave. All right, you're getting another little rip here. Another cycle on the high ticker. On your hunting trip. I don't know. It's that guitar, bro. If it's above 100% payout ratio, wouldn't want to own it? I've had companies that have had high payout ratios. It doesn't always lead to a dividend cut, but usually it does. So you could still own it, but that's a risk, and it's gonna, if they cut their dividend, it'll change the value of the stock. People will react, and then it also just says something about their core business in general of, they're making money, but if they're paying it all out, what does that say about that industry and how they're performing? GitLab got no new news. No, you haven't even got that little rumor of it all. I don't know. In a weird way, maybe they might get a little mention here on the OpenAI thing, but it did melt up today. But a lot of things melted, and anything with value. I think the only other buyout play that didn't get confirmation and melt was Confluent. So don't forget about that one. But CFLT, that was a week or two ago. Yeah, Affirm's on the high, and Qualcomm. I've seen Affirm a couple times. What was the... Oh, Klarna. What happened to fucking Klarna? I feel like I haven't heard that one in a while. That one's still at the low. I see. That's it. Only EU headlines starting to pop now. A couple different names, but either look for broad or 7 of them. September 17th. I don't know if Eli Lilly is 100% payout. I don't think so. No, they did at one point have it higher, but they're right now they're at 44. Last year ago, 2 years ago, they were at 77. Tesla. Again, you're going to get your earnings on Tessie, but tomorrow, I believe. Or is it today? Today's Tuesday. I don't know. I got to double check. But I don't think that one's going to be as crazy because they already have their delivery number thing. So you generally know what matters is margin, everything else. Carvana on the high. Hi! Oh, where's your boy Beyond? Oh, Beyond's climbing back up. So again, you guys know why they're going crazy on it. Because technically, based on like the demand. Oh! So yeah, based on the demand, technically there's not like, there shouldn't really be Beyond shares because of how shorted it is. But welcome to Wall Street. But yeah, you should put, if you have the Beyond shares, not a recommendation, you should put like $100 limit order on your shares so nobody could use them. But then again, if it's Robinhood, I don't even know if that's real life. But yeah. Agent coming back. Oh, that was the other one, huh? Yeah. Remember, there's a bunch of these little biotechs. Who's the other one? There's one more, and then there's Bitcoin. I don't even know what they do. There are updates after the bell, so be careful with that. Sell order rejected? No, just update it. No strike prices or that, my brother. But no, I'd verify your information. That's what I'm saying. It gets really confusing. Yeah. Oh, they're scamming heavy. Because, yeah, they added a whole bunch of new options on the other one. But yeah, no, they're not really glitching. It's just IV land and then fat spreads. So yeah, be careful. But you should have chose your frustration. RH limits it. I think you have to say update, and then it'll tell, and then click continue. But then again, I don't know. But they should be able to you could put in a limit order as high as you want. There's not a limit order, no. There's not like a limit. There shouldn't be. Cargill's first quarter profit surges 86% with boost from Trump tax bill. And then in Breyer, Yeah, I think it is. The Robinhood won't work. I just did a buy and then I tried to put a limit and it won't work on Robinhood. That's so whack. So yeah, that's a good defense. That's how you fuck them up, dude. Because then if you have your shares on a limit order, they can't borrow it and short it. But fucking Robinhood won't even let you do it. So yeah, if it's not on Robinhood, you could do it. I was able to do it off Robinhood. I put a limit order at $1,000 and it filled. It didn't fill it, but it put it in. And then I bought a share and put that order. It won't go. It's just a pump. Wall Street Bets pump, but it's based off of the short interest. And then it has moved a lot. And then after the last 2 days of volume, I mean, technically it's traded more shares substantially than what is short. So they want it to be the next GameStop, but we'll see. But we talked about this yesterday. That's why I gave you some timing on an option. If you took those went up 500% at one point. But I think they're holding like 3 or 4. And then now there was one last call this morning. It's only 8:50. It's 9 o'clock. Bali. Google's Children's Opera. Opera's coming down. Is that actually, that thing starts soon, right? Oh no, it starts in an hour, the OpenAI one. Egypt to buy gasoline. Excel. Alright, dude, let me check some REITs. Yeah, REITs did take a stick in the last couple days. I mean, especially even with the regionals getting messed up. Yeah, it's just the GME like short squeeze situation. But yeah, GME was very unique. But then that was also a time like that. Think about it. GME was also right around the pandemic. So GME got people who never bought stock buying stock, but then so did the pandemic. You know, retail participation shot up 50% pretty much overnight. And then so on after in the next year or two. Select not to let them. Yeah, but I don't trust them. That's what I'm saying. The OG way to make sure your shares don't get borrowed, because it works with the way orders operate. You get a limit order at a price. You can't lend something that's for sale. It's like marketable securities on like a bank bond portfolio. Polaris. Elf, Little Pop. That one's been running up all day. Or all week, kind of. Where's China? China got whopped and did not come back. ERJ still going. It kind of looked like a melt. Where's GitLab? GitLab chilled a little bit. Ouster. All right, man, it's chill. Hey, yo, DocuSign, dog. That one looks like something. It's already up 3, but it's already up and it hit something big. That one's odd. Oh, they halted? Oh, they won't fill me. They scam me. It's gonna go. They did not give me my order. It's gonna go. Fuck. Yeah, they didn't give me a. They're gonna let that one run. Try to get a little closer now. You missed some of the window. I don't even have the headline. Those little fuckers. Alright, I found a shittier one. Oh, yes, they gave me a good fill. It's up for, I don't know what the headline is, but then they wouldn't fill me on my fucking cheapie. I had it. They fucking scammed it and then moved it. And then ERJ, that pop looks a little bigger, but that was just weird how it printed. It was already melted, but that extra $1 was like 2%. So it technically hasn't triggered. I don't know if there's the headline yet. The spreads were good for a second, dude. I'm already up on one of them, but no, they fucked me. I would have made a bag. Or they were really cheap, and then they moved my order out the way. That's what I'm saying. Usually when that happens, that means there's something, but not guaranteed. Check L'Oreal. That's why Elf is going up. So yeah, look at Elf in any of the cosmetic plays. L'Oreal numbers, they missed actually. Consumer 3.8 versus 4.8. North Asia killed it though, 4.7 versus 3.2. And then Luxury or Lux 2.5 versus 4.11. So they did kind of bad. Again, I got one decent one, but that was when the window was fucking closing. And that's what I'm saying. The first one would have hit. If you took it on that first second, you had it. If they gave you it. But the one I went for, they fucked me. But I still got one. It's still holding up. But we'll see. You might get a follow-up on that. Yeah, again, those L'Oreal numbers, too. That's going to move a couple of names around. That's why, again, we just saw Elf move. And that's on your wire as well, right in front of you. For those of you who have the wire. Glob. Who else? Anybody with China exposure to like cosmetics or Chinese consumer, maybe even Nike, ONON. Because again, China numbers have not been bad just from all these little pickups I've been getting on Europe. Google is starting to climb back up. And again, that meeting soon. Yeah, RL. Duh. Yeah, that's an easy one. I'm surprised none of them moved yet. But I think the problem is that the numbers aren't like, they're missing and then China's good, essentially. But so that's one thing good and one, you don't want them to not beat, but then China doing good is, everyone likes that. And that could feed into a lot of different names. All right, they chilled out the docus now. Now the spreads are coming back down and the place. They're actually widened, but it's chilling. Those little fuckers. Estee Lauder now. There you go. I don't know why they're dying. So Estee Lauder's going down on the L'Oreal. So keep that in mind. This is all because of L'Oreal. So that was the one that ended up moving. But they have good China demand. I'm surprised that they're doing that. Wingstop food. Not too crazy. Tap. ADM on the lows. A couple of these food plays are moving around. Who was it? Docu. What the fuck was that? You got killed on Docu? You were on the delay. It actually should have protected you in that situation. But yeah, DocuSign, no, there's nothing. Dude, they fucked me on that one. I had them I would have still been up 500% if they gave me the first one. But yeah, now I'm down 50 in between the spreads. But keep them small. Oh, there is the Rose Club lunch, yeah. ERJ still going? Yeah, that one too. That was in the middle of all those. That one's still running now, up 3. You're getting more of these European earnings, so you just saw what EL did. Watch all of them. Yeah, you have Adidas coming out, so Nike's reacting. Who else? There's one more. They always go in this cycle. Yeah. But Adidas did good. So again, some of these already had a front run on the morning. We're talking about recent China, like, good for being bad. Does that make sense? Quarter by quarter. But I'm assuming you're aware of the deflation and economic slowdown. Docu. Zoom out. So you're still kind of at a weird price from the year, but you're not paying too much of a premium. You're off of the highs, and now do you think it'll be here for 10 years? So I actually use DocuSign. My take on it is that I think it'll be around, but I've always viewed them as a buyout company. I view them as a segment. I don't think they should be a standalone company. I think Adobe could buy them. Adobe has a competitor, but yeah. So other than that, that's kind of why I haven't necessarily bought it, even though I've used DocuSign for a decade. LRN. Why is O dying? Okay, not too many REITs are getting murked, but O is starting to go down. Like Architect. Oh, that'd be a great purchase, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I just see them as a segment. I don't see them as a standalone company. But then again, they've been around for a while. The TLT premium has been climbing. And then, yo, the DocuSigns are they're being weird, but they're actually kind of coming up just off that one candle. So, yeah, it's tweaking still. It was very unique when it came out. DocuSign was crazy. But then, yeah, a lot of Adobe has Adobe Sign. There's a lot of them. Oh, it's dying, you guys. What is this? I check. Oh, that's unusual because it's a REIT unless there's, I don't know if they had their earnings, but why the fuck is it dumping like that? That has to be, they don't move a lot. BMO lowers target. That was hours ago. Yeah, dude, 1.5, but that's big for a REIT that should only move on pretty material stuff. I was just going through something. Oh, didn't fucking Pulte said he was going to come out with something? So I don't know if that's it, but check. Yeah, just, oh. Hey man, you can't let your first comment of the day be about other YouTube channels. I sentence you to posting me on 100 YouTube channels to receive forgiveness. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. I was just saying we need a Twitter reply guy. Weight Watchers again. They had something yesterday, didn't they? Amazon partnership or some shit. Remember, we hit a docu back in the day. I don't know, or like a year ago. We had a nice 2,000 or 3,000. KKR is part of the regionals. All right. Well, Chad, you just had a little burst of headlines, but Cedar, great long value unlock. Yeah, they're some. I don't know if that's an analyst or not, but that's why Weight Watchers. Now Dell too. Adele.
What kind of computer you have? Adele. That's a singer, Habibi. I have Adele. No. Computer. Adele. Adele PC, Habibi.
IRM now on the high. Let's see what comes up must come down. I'm trying to see if you get any like weird REIT moves, just pay attention. Yeah, I saw the Ukraine thing. It's just not important. It's good. You guys could do what the Twitter accounts do and listen. But that's what I'll tell you what's important. That's my job. But I don't think those are going to do anything. And then defense is already off of earnings. So you got to keep that one in mind. I think you'll get a delayed reaction on war stuff, but it'll probably be driven off policy. Blind leading the blind. Amazon to replace 600,000 U.S. workers with robots. I don't know why I want to look at iRobot, because didn't they want to buy them? But yeah. Amazon at least is holding, man. 3% finally. Had one of those good days. Ronnie was the biotech from the last couple days. And I'm going to go get me a protein. Yeah, I don't even think the Amazon one is that crazy, but I hope you guys could see how, like, Amazon news is going to be more material than a random Ukraine headline. So, again, use your focus wisely. It's the best advice I could give you. But yeah, that's not I don't think they're going to cause anything. And we're already in that's what I'm saying. Some of these industries are kind of already in one way from earnings and how the days developed. Even Bitcoin's starting to melt. Oh, Mr. Kaminsky, welcome. All right, I'll BRB. What are they talking about? Crypto?
The run is But for me, and Joe, you just alluded to it, 32 times forward, right? 8% growth rate. You know, this is a tough one.
Oh shit!
In a lot of respects.
Yo,
I know that's
Pote, I
always
fuck
the
with you,
story
G.
with this name.
But Pote, can you help me get a tax write-off for the veterans and people who give houses to veterans? Pote just donated 100% of his salary to wounded veterans. But yeah, Pote, we could do better than that. Who's down? Come on, seriously. I could even get you other investors who will put money into it, but we got to actually get a $6 billion plan and then make Congress approve it every 4 years. I like it, though. It's a good step. Thank you, Mr. Polte. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Burb.
To my point
hungry.
Earlier, at the broadening out trade, I want to look
hungry.
at other areas of the market where I see real momentum. Yes, there's been a lot of upgrades yesterday, and that was great. The stock was up 4%. But for me, I think it's the 493 and other sectors that I think can produce for me going forward.
I don't know. I mean, 31 times for 8% growth is just not that
Well, that's
compelling.
the knock. That's the knock.
Compelling. And I don't think the 17 is going to be super cycle. I really don't. I think 18 could be, because they don't even have AI.
Yeah, I know, but the numbers though already suggest that it's going to be a pretty darn upgrade cycle.
It might be fine, and services will be the bright spot for sure. But I just don't. I still don't think it's not going to lift the growth rate. It's not going to lift the 8% growth rate.
Can't you incorporate the fact that potentially they will deliver at some point on AI, because that's not built into stock price?
I could wait until the second half of next year and let's see, and we'll figure that out.
Well, what would you be willing to pay for it? If you don't want to pay 31 times, the market's at 23 times. You don't think it deserves a premium?
Not with that growth rate.
What would you be willing to pay for it?
23 times. Market multiple. I just think that there are other names. Like, for example, Meta. Meta is growing 20%. Operating margins last quarter expanded 500 basis points. The year of the efficiency is now the decade of the efficiency. So I think operating margins go much higher. The stock is trading at 21 times for 20% growth. That I pay for. And I have no idea why it's lagged the Mag 7 so far, year to date, but I think it's going to play catch up. And I like it very much. And Amazon, throw that one there in there too, because that stock has done nothing. And that valuation at 13 times EBITDA, when historically it's traded 18 times, and I do not think AWS is losing market share at all. I think it's just a law of large numbers. They're growing 17% versus Google and Microsoft at 30%. I got it, but they're much, much bigger. So, and they also have the retail component and they have the advertising component. So those two are much more compelling to me than Apple.
Morgan Stanley expects Meta to move meaningfully on earnings. They look for better than expected ad results and a guide on engagement growth accelerating. B of A's bullish, quote, look for revenue to beat to support AI investment returns. They like a buy. Deutsche is asking, can they shake off the overhangs, right? Steph talks about some of that. It's kept the stock from outperforming some of its peers. Amazon is an interesting one, as we said. Bill Baruch joins us now because he agrees with Steph. He's bought more of that name. Tell me more.
You can't have a quality conversation without mentioning Amazon. The stock is trading at 25 times forward earnings right now. It's one of its lowest valuations ever. We expect AWS to reaccelerate, maybe 19% year-over-year revenues, profitability to reaccelerate. What really kind of got us on yesterday to really pull the trigger, tested the 200-day moving average on Friday. It responded into yesterday. The broader market, another clean, constructive pullback. That's been the trend. You pull back, you have this nice big, kind of bottom out really quickly and then rally. I think the market in general is setting the stage for new record highs maybe after today or tomorrow. And we like to look at opportunities just within that type of, that's our framework. So if Amazon gets out above 230, I think you're also going to see those flows. As a name that hasn't done much this year, if it gets above 230, a lot of people are going to chase it. So I think that's just a really great backdrop here to be adding and increasing Amazon. We were at a 4.5% position. We have increased it to a 6% position. I've talked about the cash that we've trimmed names over the last couple of months. So we're getting that cash to work. And I think there's no better place right now than to look at Amazon ahead of earnings. It's your largest position now. Yes, it is our largest position. It's a lot of these big cap tech names we have neck and neck. Nvidia's just an eyelash below it. So we increased in our main portfolio, but also in our concentrated portfolio. It's now an 11% position. So it's done nothing year to date, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this finish up 10 to 15% on the year.
Bill, thanks. Appreciate that update on this purchase. Everybody owns this name.
I'm big in it too, and I'm a big believer. Look, all of these Mag 7 names, they seem to go through periods in which they do nothing. We've seen it with Apple over the last couple of years. We've seen it with Alphabet until recently, and there's always a reason specific to that company why it goes through a lull. But when they come out hard, and I expect that's what's going to happen with Amazon as well. I mean, there's no reason to doubt the consumer right now. There's no reason to doubt the AI CapEx build out and its benefits to Amazon Web Services. I'm big in it. I'm going to stay big in it.
Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I've said I think it's more of a 2026 story. Unfortunately, in 2025, the market is not paying attention to valuation. That doesn't confirm that that's the right thing or the wrong thing to do. It's just not. So in that environment, you're going to see Amazon is underperforming. And right now, the stars clearly are NVIDIA and Alphabet and Apple. And I think that's where, as you move towards the end of the year, you're going to see a lot of attention paid. I think in 2026, Amazon represents itself.
There's an interesting story in the market today. It is Alphabet, which is down 3%. It's a pretty decent decline for that name, down almost $8 on a post from OpenAI on X. Mackenzie Sagalis joins us now with some reporting on what could be causing this decline in shares of GOOGL. Mac.
So we saw OpenAI announce this surprise live stream. It starts in about 40 minutes from now. And the internet is buzzing with speculation that it could debut a new
So listen,
AI
if you ever complained to me in the last 2 weeks
that is going to be
about a
this
fucking delay for
Sam
free,
Altman, and they're calling it ChatGPT
just look
Atlas. Our new
this
browser.
is when they're talking
They say
about
in
it,
the
you
same,
motherfuckers.
link that's now available globally on Mac
Oh
OS,
my
Windows,
God,
iOS,
you can
and
beat
Android.
all the
It'll be
fucking
coming
Twitter
soon.
accounts.
This kind of
And,
agentic browser
are you
would go
tripping?
beyond search,
All right, let me go
ostensibly
back to eating my
navigating and
protein.
acting on your behalf, which is a direct
I love
threat
you.
to Google's
I
core
just I don't know
business.
why you
And
would.
Sam Altman
I
has
just be
hinted
handing
at
y'all
this
gifts and you're
ambition
like, I
for
hate
years
you.
now, with
Why'd you
ChatGPT
give me
now
such a
claiming
shitty
800
gift,
million
Josh?
weekly users.
Why'd you take it away
OpenAI
from me,
finally had
Josh?
the scale to
Jesus,
take away
you hate
Siri
me.
and
I
Scott,
thought you
unlike
believe in
Perplexity and
Jesus.
others which
I
haven't
thought
exited
Jesus.
Google's grip.
I
This
did not
could
say
mark
that.
a turning point in Google's dominance.
All right, so it's 1 o'clock Eastern, so we're looking at about 40 minutes from now. Mackenzie, thank you, Mackenzie Sagalis. We'll see what happens. But you're the chief defending officer of Alphabet.
Yeah.
You want to take a shot at this one?
Yeah, I think every competitive threat like this announcement needs to be taken seriously. By no means do I want to sound blasé about it. However, I think we still have a horse race going on between many, including OpenAI, including Alphabet, including your Meta, Stephanie, as far as who's going to be the dominant leader coming out. But that coming out process is going to be a year, 2 years from now. And I'm not giving up on Alphabet right now. I find the multiple attractive. I find there's good momentum in the shares. Yes, it's down 3%, but it's, that's almost from the all-time high. There's good momentum in the name. I think the business is going strong, but I will look to the earnings report coming up in a couple of weeks to see if that search traffic is still hanging in there.
What does that mean, still hanging in there? What does that mean?
Meaning this question of competitive threats is still there.
Well, obviously it's still there. What do you mean?
Well, I'll tell you what I mean. What I mean is that the last earnings report, it did a lot to put to bed or at least assuage concerns that their core business of search was getting eaten into by the new AI chat features.
Yeah, dog.
And if we get
It doesn't
one more
apply to
quarter in
all
which
of you. I'm
search
just
traffic-
saying. I hope these little rants can open up some people's eyes. Because I would hate for you to not value a tool or advantage that you have and then, confuse yourself. You know what I'm saying? And not understand what, that's what I'm saying. What are you being outraged about? That's again, kind of what happened that Friday. Or Monday, whatever day that was. E-Trade Pro retired November 21st. No. We'll see. I'm going to try, man. We'll find out. They do have the high-low ticker on the new one, though. So that's a little bit better. But if not, I guess I'm going to go back to newspapers. We could do newspapers. I'm down. I'm down. Anyone have GM? Why are you trying to fucking bait them into getting banned, dog? We don't want those talks. You know better. Thank you. LVS. Yeah, you could do a ghetto high-low ticker on Thinkorswim, but you have to refresh it manually, I think. I think that's the only problem. I put Jesus on the beat so I could listen to it. Current delay is pretty fast for long term. Oh yeah, if you're on a 10-year timeline, you're living in the future. Amen. Amazon again. I don't know if it's that robot news. I was a little bit behind, but I don't know. Maybe some people are still getting affected by the AWS stuff. Like I was telling you, I mean, you guys saw it. Our wire didn't go down yesterday. That's why we had a lot of headlines with zero reaction, but they all got reiterated and talked about, but you're just not having the same reaction function depending on how it gets circulated. Coin on the high. Oscar, where's UNH? That started running. Oh, I didn't think about that. Toast in the food processors? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of schools from every level, like elementary to high school to college, they lost access to a lot of their class programs because of it. It's kind of crazy. All school is online, or even if they go in person, it's still big online effect. JPM on the low, out of nowhere. And then oil starting to launch. I don't know if this is melt or stick. Yeah, kind of melting up. And then Ethereum, Bitcoin still SPY near the high. I do think equal weight chilled out now. Still kind of matched up from that earlier. Remember, they're kind of playing out, but now SPY's doing a little better. And Bitcoin, dude, still all day. Yeah, those they always had wide spreads. That was the first thing I looked at because I remember Amazon wanted to buy them, but other than that, I don't think it just all depends. But that could be part. I think robotics is already getting bubbly, part of the whole quantum shit and AI. Target. October 21st. You guys, 10 days till Halloween. Some of you guys should dress up like yourself. You get it? Because you're already wearing a mask. Be yourself, big dog. Be yourself. It's okay. It's funny how the Day of the Dead is what it takes to bring some people alive. That's biblical, dog. That's biblical. No, feel me. Nah, yeah, amen, bro. Rare Earth could be part of the gold and silver, and just momentum dried up a little bit last week, and we're waiting for the next the next purchase, pretty much. MTZ. Yeah. Meh. What is that? 3M? We gave requiring to... Yo, check 3M? Yeah, something about July IDM gave notice to investigate hazardous substance at Hartford facility. That's related to the one I gave you in the morning. The one I hate love. If you think about it. It's actually there. Yeah, Beyond's going now too. Hi! Do you have to pay now for the watch list? Yes, but I just don't have a schedule anymore for the watch list. So last time I did a watch list playing Battlefield, but yeah, I'm done with watch list for the year. Whatever locked in gets, they get. But all I have is real time on locked in. I wanted to look at Intel. I was like, I feel like we haven't said anything about that. China eyes three-way currency swap with Japan and South Korea. Dude. All right. Almost set up Philo. Yeah, Philo was never, I mean, except the beginning of the year. But, I don't know, staying locked in without buying it could also go a long way, too. It's the best, other best advice I could give. Beyond, Target, those are fire. Beautiful day. You know that? God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying. Amazon, Defeata, Dexcom. Beyond will let you go to 21. Let me try. It works on Thinkorswim, E-Trade, and any other broker. But let's see. 21. Oh shit, it worked. Yeah. 21 is the highest. And then UUU on the high and ARM. But yeah, you could literally get what's it called? You could do it at 21. Barron's pumping Beyond. Oh shit. That's funny. They come across, you should have seen on the wire then. This one will catch any of the Barron's articles. I think. It usually does. Yeah, Path is going up too. And then that 3M headline, it relates to the hate love one. That was the other one we got, but that 3M didn't really move. And Target melting up. Trump is live.
Leaders have been coming. And most excitingly, on the other side, you see the fence and the wall. We're building a world-class ballroom. You know, for 150 years, they've wanted a ballroom here. We don't have a ballroom. We have a little cocktail area, but we don't have a ballroom. The East Room, it's called, is a very small cocktail area. It holds about 88 people if it's tight. And I said, if I do this again, I'm going to get a ballroom built, and we're putting up our own money with the government is paying for nothing. You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it, Josh. I think when I hear that sound, it reminds me of money.
I do too, brother.
In this case, it reminds me of lack of money because I'm paying for it, so it's the opposite. But it's going to be one of the most beautiful ballrooms
it's a food play. Just took a stick.
Be able to take care of tremendous things. When you have, as an example, I'm going to see President Xi in 2 weeks. I'm going over to South Korea. We're going to meet in South Korea. We're going to talk about a lot of things. They want to discuss the fact that they're paying 157% tariff. It's a little higher than they thought. And we're doing very well. I think we're going to do well in that negotiation. We've done well, as you know, with Japan, with South Korea, with Europe. The European nations got together. We made a deal. And it was all based without the tariffs. You could have never made the deal. I'll tell you what, tariffs equal national security. Remember that.
Spy,
tariffs equal national security. You got to remember that. And they also equal wealth for our nation because we've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars in a very friendly manner, given to us by nations that used to take it from us. And they used tariffs on us. We never used it on them because we were foolish, or we were led by people that weren't business people. But it really does. It equals national security. And I wouldn't have put out, I mentioned 8 wars, 9 coming. Of the 8, 5 were based solely on trade and tariffs. India, Pakistan were going at it. 2 nuclear powers, and serious nuclear. 7 planes shot down. They were ready to go, and I called them up. I said, you go to war, and we're not doing a trade deal. And they said, well, what does one thing have to do with the other? I said, it has a lot. You're nuclear powers, and if you do it, we're not doing a trade deal. And 24 hours later, they called me, we have decided not to do it. We stopped the war. We stopped a potential disaster, a nuclear disaster, because of trade. And it's been really amazing. But the tariffs have made us a wealthy country. They've given us tremendous defense. They've given us things that we can do for other countries, very positive. But again, really, it's national security, it's national defense, and they are so important. And it's incredible that presidents, for the most part, didn't know how to use them, when to use them. If you go back, you'll see some of the presidents that were the most successful were believers in tariffs. And I even see foreign countries now that we are doing very well with taking ads. Don't go with tariffs. They're taking ads. I saw an ad last night from Canada. If I was Canada, I'd take that.
Bid is higher than what you paid, you're up.
But,
you're not down.
They're actually on television taking ads, but I do believe that everybody's too smart for that. We have a very, very big and important case coming up. We should win the case based on the legal merit.
Bitcoin
we should
again.
also win the case based on all of the things I just said. But we're a wealthy country again.
Intel
Last
is waking
week,
up.
as you know,
Dude, the premiums have been dead on both
sides. They found $31 billion.
I don't know when they're
going to
move, but also if it does move, this would be it. I'm not as confident on that one.
We don't.
I think
know
you should have
why.
already
I said,
been
was this a
positioning
good
and getting
find
ready,
or a bad
but
find? It was
they're
a
holding
good
a
find. It was
baseline.
a plus 31. We're
I
used
saw
to
Jazz.
finding negative 31s, right? For the
oh,
last
that's pretty decent.
30
Jazz
years.
with a stick.
I said,
I'll
check
the
the
news
tariff
on that.
shelf. Well, those tariffs haven't kicked in. Yes, they did. They kicked in 2 months ago.
I don't see anything yet.
Check it. He comes back 2 hours later. Sir, you were right. We have an additional $31 billion, billion, not million, Lindsay, billion, that we just found from tariffs. They kicked in earlier than we thought. You were right. We're a wealthy nation again, and we're a nation that can be secure. We're a nation that can start paying down our debt. And with tariffs, we're the wealthiest nation ever in the history of the world. Without them, we've got to slog. We've got to slog. But remember this, other nations, including China, Japan, European nations, they used tariffs against us for many years. That's why we owe $37 trillion. That's why. But they used tariffs very successfully against us, and we had presidents that never fought it. But now you have a president that does fight it.
Yeah,
so
bro. Paying
I just
down
want to welcome
debt
you
is so
to
wild to think about.
Incredible Rose Garden. It's just an incredible
When have
place.
the U.S.
It was,
paid down debt?
Done. We did it. Brought it back to health. It was in very bad shape, actually, and we brought it back to health. First Lady Melania did a fantastic job on it. The surrounds and everything. It's all brand new wiring. You know, underneath there's a lot of wire, a lot of things. Everything brand new, everything beautiful. The only thing we did is we had to get a hard surface here because nobody could use it because of the grass. So I just want to welcome you, and I hope you're going to be here a lot. We're going to use it for meetings. We're going to use it for press conferences. Now we can use it. It was unusable before, and now we can use it. But everything that you see was redone. All of this was redone, and the whole White House is being redone. Some of you came through they call the Rose Hall. They call it different names.
Oil's getting a stick.
I don't know if you came through this door. Did you notice the white marble floor?
Yo, what the fuck just happened with oil? Check oil.
That was made out of Home Depot tiles.
All right,
about 1 foot by 1 foot. They were all broken, about 30 years old.
Home Depot made it?
And I replaced it with book-matched marble, paid for by your friend, President Trump.
Oh,
It's
no,
like,
I think he was talking about the
It's
old
amazing
ones.
how people like it when you say you paid for it. When I say I paid for it, they say, oh, I love it. But it really, they did a beautiful job. They're great talents. They're very talented marble people I have. And they replaced it with beautiful Paradiso marble and statuary marble. and it's really, really beautiful.
Yeah, that's it. It came back
I want
down,
to
but
thank
oil
the
it
outstanding
triggered
leadership team, and you
And
really do
then
have
IBM.
that. Majority Leader John Thune, who's been my friend, he really has done an
The
amazing
U.S.
job.
to buy
Thank you,
oil
John.
for SPR.
Thank you. Done an amazing job. I didn't get to know John as well in the first.
Yeah, hold on. I got to
term, and,
verify
I've
this.
gotten to know him very well over the last.
Then they're
9 months,
repumping
John,
beyond
and you're doing
Walmart,
a
but they're
fantastic
dude.
job. Thank you
Depending
very
on the
much.
terms
Really
of it,
great.
you might have a
Majority
play,
Whip
but
John
if
Barrasso.
there's no timeline, you're fucked.
Outstanding man.
Yeah, they're
Thank
saying
you, John.
USO SPR
Thank you.
or oil.
Great guy too. Conference chair Tom Cotton. He loves that military. He loves the he loves the military. Policy Committee Chair Shelley Moore Capito. Shelley, thank you very much, Shelley. Vice Chair James Langford. Very good. James, thank you.
Thank you.
And we have everybody but one person here. Everybody showed up. I figured you'd have I'd say 40 would have been a good number, right? We have everybody. We're just missing one person. You'll never guess who that is. Let me give you. He automatically votes
only details.
No on
yeah.
everything. He thinks
You
it's
keep
good
that
politics.
one on watch.
It's really not good politics. He's an automatic no. But I don't know. Look, if he wanted to come, I'd probably let him come, right? I'd let him come. Begrudgingly, but would let him come. And National Republican Senatorial Committee Chair.
IBM, I'm sorry.
Unbelievable guy, Tim Scott. Tim, I shouldn't say it because it's so, I don't know if it's good or bad. But Tim ran, and he was very effective and very good. But he was on the debate stage and everything else. He was good just because he's good. But he wasn't as good as they thought he was. And when he got out of the race, he endorsed me almost immediately. And I used him as a surrogate. And I wasn't sure if I should because, you know, sometimes
we need
I
the
want
time.
a total lunatic to get up and fight for me.
In
And
December to
Tim is a
January.
really
All right,
good
there it
person.
is. So in the next 2 months.
So I wasn't sure. And I put him on the stage.
So
and
it
he
can still
ripped
pull
the
back,
heart
but
out of
that could either
everybody.
play now
He
or
was
give
so
it a
brutal.
timeline.
He was so
in the next few
unbelievable.
weeks.
Turned out to be
So
absolutely
keep it in mind.
one of
Yeah,
my best
scheduled for
surrogates. And it
December and
includes a lot of
January.
you people that were here, you were all surrogates. But Tim ripped these people apart. And after watching 2 or 3 times, then I wanted him all the time, right, Susie? I said, I want Tim Scott, get up there. But he was
All
so
right,
good.
starting
And I
to
said
hit
him,
wires
"Tim,
now.
when you fought for yourself, you were much different. When you fought for me, you were a tiger. You were like unstoppable. You were, really was. You all saw that. What's the difference? He said, I've never liked selling myself, and I love selling somebody that I really do believe in. I really believe in you, and I just felt that way. And it was so nice the way he expressed it.
MP
and I
now.
want to tell you,
Oh,
you
you've
are
already
a
been
champion.
flushing.
You are a winner, and congratulations. Thank you very much. I never love telling that story because I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad story, but I'm telling you, you are an amazing guy and you fought for me so hard and I really appreciate it. You got to be my number one choice, Tim. So something happened. I appreciate it. And you're doing great doing what you're doing right now. I also want to thank the entire Senate Republican Conference for your tremendous work on confirmations. Boy, did we have a
Amazon
couple of weeks,
again.
huh? We had some, I signed like 150 of them, and I didn't use an auto pen, by the way. I signed. You know, when you're signing these important, like a general getting approved from 3-star to 4-star and all of these different things and big confirmations and, you know, big stuff, you really have an obligation to actually sign it, I think. You probably noticed right there, number 46 we put up, right? We put up a little bit of an auto pen. We
Yeah,
have
you see it?
46.
They put up a
We have
picture of an
45,
auto
we have
pen.
47. It's very interesting. Yeah, 46 is an auto pen. It's up there. It stays up there. People like it. It's probably going to stay up there for a long time. It's true. And I know you're looking into that. And by the way, the auto pen person
true.
said he never spoke to Biden. He worked the auto pen. You're not allowed.
L'Oreal estimates
You're not
China
allowed to
grew
do that.
3%,
So if you're looking at
3% in the
anything,
quarter.
just remember it. And remember, they treated us
Again,
very badly.
that's going to be
They
delayed
treated
already.
us
You already
very,
saw the
very
Estee
badly.
Lauder.
So I think you're allowed to just report the truth, including the confirming of my cabinet much faster than first time. I mean, we went so fast, and I give John Thune and all of you credit for that. It was amazing. All of a sudden, I was calling John, I've got to get him approved. Come on, John, because I was getting like one every 2 weeks. And you know, I have people, they left their job. And
Yeah,
they left
I don't
everything
know.
and
I
looked
can't
like they
say if
were-
it's spreading.
All of a
You're
sudden,
just
it
still
was
in
like
the
an
bubble, kind of.
avalanche.
But
They walked
AMC
in,
and Hertz
James
now.
and James,
that should
my
sound
double
familiar.
James, I call them. They walk in
yeah.
and they had like so many of them. I said, "You got to be kidding! Is this like?"
Or just the AMC
real, right,
guys
James?
just still refusing
John
to
Thune
let
did
go.
his job, and,
They're like, if
you got them
Beyond
all
could
done,
do
and
it,
you have all those
then
people out
Adam
there working
Eric
now,
could
and
dilute us.
instead of,
I still believe.
Instead of
Hey.
being very upset with the fact that we couldn't get them approved quickly, so I really appreciate it. You used
Okay,
a
I'm gonna go to the
method that I
bathroom.
wish you could use on
We
U.S.
got Philo
attorneys. You know,
coming
I
up
have
soon.
10 U.S. attorneys who are phenomenal, phenomenal. A Harvard, a Yale, a this, a that, all top.
Harvard, a Yale.
And the problem is they're not going to ever be confirmed, I guess. I put them in. They'll be there for 3 or 4 months, whatever, and then they have to leave. Because anytime you have, as you know, anytime you have a Democrat senator, not even 2, just 1, they'll say because of the time we're in, we're not approving that person. We're not approving. They never do. They won't approve. And therefore, because of blue slip, I have to tell the person after 3 months, I'm sorry, you'll have to leave. And I put somebody else in. And I've had Democrat senators say the only one we'll ever approve is a Democrat. This is not constitutional. And you really, I hope you can look at that blue slip thing, because I have 10 people that are phenomenal, and they're going to have to leave office. Highly educated, top of their class, everything. And they're going to have a mark on their career that they were a U.S. attorney for 3 months or 4 months, and then they had to leave. And that's so unfair. It's unfair to the public, because the public voted for me in a landslide, and I'm supposed to be picking the U.S. attorneys. And this goes for judges also. But actually more so even for the U.S. attorney with a blue slip. So I have these phenomenal people, many of them young, but truly fantastic people. And they're wondering what's going to happen in another 3, 4, 5 weeks. They're going to have to leave office. I think it's a shame, and I hope you can do something about it, because I'd like to tell those people, we put you there, and you're not going to have on your resume for the rest of your life, you were there for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, and you left like you got canned. So I hope you look at that. Very important. And after your pivotal changes to the Senate rules last month, as a result, this is what you did, the unprecedented obstruction by the Democrats. We've confirmed more than 175 public servants, people that are phenomenal, to keep posts, and that's just been over the last couple of weeks. It's an unbelievable thing what you've done, John, all of you together. So working closely with me and House majority, the Republican Senate also gave us the largest working class tax cut in American history, and you passed the Lake and Riley Act to throw illegal alien criminals out of our country. You passed the Genius Act and the Take It Down Act with the support of our wonderful First Lady. By the way, she got actual support from the other side. It was bipartisan. I think Rand didn't vote for it again, but I think it was only Rand. You had bipartisan support other than maybe Rand. But another one I'm going to ask you to vote for, and it's in the House now, and I hear it's doing well in the House, James. It's Kate's Law. A young lady named Kate Steinle, I remember it so well, probably 8 or 10 years ago now in San Francisco. She was holding hands with her father on the San Francisco pier, looking out into the water. It's beautiful, everything was beautiful, but the person wasn't beautiful that did this. And this was an illegal alien that came into our country 5 times, was thrown out 4 or 5 times, I don't even know, but a lot, and came back and shot her through the head. And she went down and she looked at her father, Daddy, Daddy, something happened, and she immediately passed away in his arm. And I mean, you can imagine, it was so sad, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. Father was destroyed, virtually destroyed. And they they wanted to pass what they call Kate's Law, and it's now again in Congress, and I hear we're going to get it passed in Congress, and when it gets up to the Senate, I hope you guys can pass it. And basically, very simply, it says that if you're an illegal alien and you come in and you get thrown out, if you come back and get caught, you have to spend 10 years in jail. Very simple. Very simple. if they would have had that, Kate Steinle would be alive today. That was a big event at the time. If you remember, Bill O'Reilly, for those of you that like Bill, I think I like Bill, but he was the one, he devoted his life to that law, trying to get it passed. I think it's time that we pass it, so that if you get taken out of the country and you come back illegally, knowing that this law is
Why
in
are you
existence,
excited about AMC?
you go to jail for a 10-year period, and it's going to keep the repeat offenders.
I mean
from
this with
coming
all
in.
love.
It's gonna
I don't
really
think
keep
this
them from
chat's
coming
gonna
in.
help you.
Senate Republicans have
Okay,
already
man,
voted
there's
11
no way.
times to
Y'all-
get our government back and open for business.
The
We have
sunlight
record
gets me
business.
excited and shit.
We're going to
but
be,
like,
I think, by the time I had my, I hit month number 12, I think we're going to have $20 trillion of investment. We're over 17 right now. As an example, President Biden had less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We're going to have $20 trillion in less than 12 months, and we're
Okay,
over
new
17
high.
trillion right now. So
Wow.
it's the largest.
Okay, so now you're getting this
It's
high
the
before
largest
Equal
amount
Weight.
in our country
But then
by
again,
far, by
Equal
many
Weight
times.
did this a long time
That's
ago.
in our country.
So yeah,
But
as
here's the
everybody
one.
else,
It's the
Russell's the only
largest
one red
amount
now.
in the history of the
NASDAQ
world.
has
There's
gone
never been a
green and
country
holding for a little.
that's had anywhere near 17, or it will be 20.
Circle.
And it's going up
Hey, yo,
fast.
Circle's ripping.
A lot of it's because of tariffs, because they're coming in
has
because
to
they don't
relate
want
to
to pay
crypto.
tariffs. In other words, they make their product in a certain country, and they used to
those
just send
Circles
it in
do
here.
not have any
and there
cheap
was no
ones.
charge. Absolutely. Now,
Yeah, Circle's
if they have to
expensive,
pay
dude.
a 20%, 30%, 50%, 100%, or 2%.
I'll leave
tariff,
it for you. I'll keep
they
it.
say,
That's
well,
yours.
it's
That's my
better if I
gift
build
to
my
you.
plant
To you locked in ones.
in the United States. It
20
always
trillion
amazed
investment
me
in
for
U.S.
a
by
I did
until
this
year end.
First term, we had the
It
greatest
hasn't triggered yet, but
economy
that's
in the
waking
history of
up.
our
There's
country.
one cheap
First
one. I don't
term.
like it. That's why I'll leave
We
you the
had
cheap one if you want it.
COVID, and we did a
God
good
bless you.
job with that. That was a
Unless
was a
it gets
curse
clapped,
for every
then,
country in
yeah.
the world. It was terrible, but we had the greatest economy we ever had.
Well,
But
maybe God did bless you if it gets
if
clapped.
you remember,
know?
I started
That's
the
how I've been
tariffs,
looking
but
at
I
life
held it
lately.
off because
I'm
it
saying.
wouldn't have exactly been good at the time to tell France, you know what they were going through, you know what Spain was going through, and Italy was going through. That, by the way, we're going to charge you tariffs. But I had started the process. We were going, the country was doing good. And I took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. I put the full tariffs on China. Biden left the tariffs because he couldn't. It was too much money, but they gave so many exceptions that they were essentially meaningless. In other words, here's the tariffs, but you don't have to pay if you look at somebody the wrong way. You don't have to pay. So they didn't pay very much. But with me, they were paying hundreds of billions of dollars. And again, I have a great relationship with President Xi. I expect to be able to make a good deal with him, and he'll make a good. I want him to make a good deal for China, but it's got to be fair. For years, they were making $500, $600, $700 billion, $700 billion, and we'd be making nothing. It was a one-sided. Honestly, we built their military. We built China's military.
All right, you're getting a red off of that. He's talking China.
Getting ripped off.
It's all going to be.
So
now
we're going to have a fair deal.
Yep, let's be about the China algo headline. It's coming up, baby.
Meaning, certainly there are a
yeah,
lot
he
of
just said
people
maybe
that are
it
waiting
won't
for it.
happen.
Maybe it won't happen.
Yep, there it
Maybe
is.
it won't happen. Things can.
Okay, you might have a
happen where,
downside
for
there.
Instance, maybe somebody will say, "I don't want to meet. It's too nasty." But it's really not nasty. It's just business. And
He's kind of walking it back.
We're going to do a good job.
But yeah, I don't
representing
think
you
people are going to
and
like that.
representing the people.
It's
of
not
our
as
country.
strong though.
Unfortunately, in a craven and
Oh,
pointless
they
act of
fucked me.
partisan spite,
Okay.
Chuck Schumer, who
But
I've
yeah,
known
that's
for
big.
a long time, and the
Like I'm
radical
saying, I
left
think it's gonna
Democrats
lag
are
a little
holding the
bit.
entire federal government hostage to appease the extremists in their party.
I
And
got
they
a
are
decent one. I
extreme.
kept this
mean,
small.
I've never seen
I feel like I
anything
missed the
like
window, but we're still
They're
mad
extreme,
early.
and you know
But
what?
I kept
we
that
had a
one smaller.
landslide election.
Try
we won
hard.
The popular vote
It
by a
didn't
lot.
sound that bad. It
We
did
won
not sound
the
that
swing
bad.
states, all
That's what I'm
seven.
saying.
Remember
But
they said, oh, if Trump
it's
could
kind
get
of
3
new.
swing
He
states,
just that's
it'd
the
be-
first time
and,
he's
well,
saying.
I didn't get 3. I got 7.
That's the first time he's saying the meeting won't happen. So like I'm saying, he walked it back a little bit. You kind of moved. That's why I kept it small, even though I would have went bigger on the first one, but they didn't film me. But yeah, that's why after that, keep it smaller. But Algo didn't like the shitty one, so now that's where you're gonna start getting that reaction. But yeah, people are picking up on that one. Your window, your really early window just disappeared.
Came out
but it's
with
still now circulating.
Black men and women were doing so well. You know, they want security. They don't want to have their city destroyed. Women in Chicago, beautiful black women walking around with red MAGA hats. because they don't want to be mugged.
Yeah, he didn't
and
suggest
shot,
blowing off the meeting the
everything
other
else.
day.
And then you see a Democrat get up and tell you how safe it is.
That's what I'm saying. The contracts are holding the second window.
In a fairly short period of time.
That's what I'm saying.
4,000 murders. This is over a short period of time. 4,000 murders. And they had a holiday where they had 28 people killed and almost 100 shot. And then you listen to this guy, Pritzker. I've known the family for a long time. They threw him out because he was no good, and he became governor. He's got money through the family. He got money through the family. But they threw him out, he became governor. I said, I wonder how he's going to do. It's a crime palace. It's a shame. And you know what we did in D.C. is unbelievable. You people, you can walk down the middle of the street, Mr. Senator. You can walk down. You can have your wife meet you at the restaurant, and she's not going to be accosted, shot, beat up, raped. It's unbelievable how bad it was. It was one of the worst in the country, and now it's...
I'm not going to lie. I'm not worried about getting raped at dinner.
Perfect,
I'm not.
But it's pretty
okay? Everything else, though, I have been worried about being accosted. I don't really even know what accosted means, but
in Washington,
yeah, I'm sure it's
DC.
expensive.
This is just before we got here. A murder a week. Think of that. The capital of... In my opinion, the capital of the world.
Yeah, the OpenAI stuff will be able to move.
They come from Indiana.
So
they come
might
from
be
Florida.
just beyond
you call
Google.
up the parents.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
that begins here in 5 minutes.
Sir, your son has been shot and killed. We have no crime here now. We have no crime. And the National Guard has been unbelievable, the job. Unbelievable. And you know, it also looks better. I do a tour. I hop in that beast. I feel very safe in the Beast. The
I made
windows
my
are this
shit
thick.
free.
But I hop in the Beast and I tell the Secret Service, let's drive around town. I used to do that myself.
I don't
could
like it
drive
as much,
myself
though. I'm
around.
going to make
I
it
actually
free and
like
then
that
let's call
better.
it a day.
But now I don't think it's a good idea.
But again, everyone tweaks on those
We drive around
headlines.
in the streets. The place is looking much. The grass is good. The fences are down. There's no tents. There's no anything. We are looking like it's just a whole new look. And the most important thing, there's no crime. And we're going to fix the roads. We have great pavers. We're going to fix the medians in between the roads, which are half of them are falling down. We're going to take some of the tiles off the bridges, the tunnels that you have. They've been up for 40 years. They're rotted. And we'll put up brand new, gorgeous white tiles like it's supposed to be. But this place is looking really good. And we haven't even started the real fixing up of the town. We're getting rid of the graffiti. You notice there's almost no graffiti anymore. A lot of that beautiful statuary marble had red graffiti all over it, had bad signs up, and it stopped. We've taken out 1,700 career criminals and people that came in through an open border. They came in through Biden's open border, and we've taken them out.
Damn, y'all really think I don't know what the words mean?
All of the elements in the great, big, beautiful bill, I'll tell you, it's amazing what we've done. $200 billion in
That's supposed to be a joke, man.
Costs
You know?
for medical.
My bad.
We've done $50 billion for rural hospitals. And remember, no tax on tips.
Hey, y'all know I pronounce words.
Social
Never
Security,
mind.
no tax on.
Shout out to Abby,
think
by
of all
dog.
of these things that we've done. This is the biggest. This is the greatest.
Beyonde
Social
Miate
Security,
is on the
no
high.
tax on overtime.
Beyonde Miate.
But no tax on tips. I got that
That's
from
crazy.
a waitress.
I got two Beyonde
Nevada. I
Miates.
was making a speech, and I'm at one of my restaurants in the hotel I own there, and I say, "How are you doing?" "Well, sir, it's terrible. They're taxing my tips." They're going, I wouldn't have even thought that. And I looked at it, and she said to me, "Sir, there should be no tax on tips." I said, "Say it one time more." No tax on tips. I walked outside to the press. I said, "There will be no tax on tips."
You want to know Beyonde Mayande?
And
Miate.
we won that state by a lot. That's not a state that we win by that much, David, but we won it by a lot. So
I think so. Here,
this
is what you gotta keep your eye out
but
for.
That bill,
the OpenAI thing, I like what he said. He's right. It's gonna. There might be like one or two other headlines. You see what I'm saying? You already got the Google one. You got the other one. Somebody meeting with GM for a new government mandate at a plant. Check GM. But then watch out for like OpenAI if like another product. I think GitLab, but then again, that could just be the buyout. But yeah, you might hear other companies that you could get flips on. I don't know if they'll last, but you'll get a move. You'll get a move. Okay. Yeah, Beyonde Miate just hit another high, bro.
you please call him? I say, "What time is it, John?" "It's 4 o'clock in the morning, sir." So I call up. One of you is sitting right here. I said,
All right, you're going down.
Jim, could I
Check the preems.
say hello to you? It's 4 o'clock in the morning, right? He said, sir, you have my vote.
Okay, yeah,
I
the
said,
free
wow.
ones are going
Then
up
I
a little
called
bit,
up
10 more
another
percent.
person. I'll use fictitious names. Doug, could I get your vote? You've got it, sir. Then I called up another one. How about Josh? Could I have your vote, Josh?
I got you.
Because I like Josh.
I do too.
And Josh, who can be very difficult, said,
I know.
sir, you have my vote. His
I'm
wife
either
was
crazy
screaming
or
at him on the
correct,
other
brother.
side.
Crazy or
Sir, you
correct.
have my vote. But I called people.
I like being
and they
the
weren't
wedge
really hard
issue. You
nosed.
guys
They
don't.
wanted
I'm either
attention,
fucking batshit
unfortunately,
or
at
I'm
4 in the
so
morning.
fucking right.
Sometimes I like
you
the ones
haven't
that don't
fucking
like
noticed.
the attention, but we'll take
I'd
it
love
anywhere
it.
we can, and we got
I'm
it
the
passed,
worst.
Right, John?
That's why y'all picked the wrong one. Y'all better go deal
nobody
with
thought that could
everybody
happen,
else, because
you have
me,
a small
motherfucker, I'm either
majority,
losing
and
it
in the House-
or
how
I'm
about in the
fucking
House
in
we
the
had a
future.
majority of 3?
Hasbro.
We actually went down after that for a period.
It's
of
not.
about
It's
2
1%.
months.
And
We went
Mattel, though,
down
you
to a
got
majority
something.
in the House of 1.
Oh shit, they're not loading me.
And I kept saying, you know,
There's
'cause
no
I'll
good
tell
ones
you,
yet.
Mike Johnson's great.
None of them have any
The team,
short-term
these
options.
two
I'll leave that
teams,
for
did
you.
you
I don't
ever
have the
see two
headline. I
people
don't like
more
it.
different?
But they're 480,
One's
some of them.
tall, one's slightly less tall. We want to be polite. They are very different people, but they're the same in terms of talent.
So yeah, Matt
They
and
did an
Hasbro,
the
both
two guys, and
Paparuni
they get
and-
along incredibly well. We all do. We get along great. But we passed a bill. We don't need to pass any more bills. We got everything
Hey
in
man,
that bill.
success
There's
isn't
nothing
easy.
else we
so
have to put. We got
Mattel
the
will
largest
market
tax
full
cuts
range
in
of
history.
K-pop
We
demon
got
hunters.
The extension of the Trump tax
That's what it
cuts.
is.
We got
Netflix
all of
Mattel
these
deal.
things.
So ignore Hasbro. Go to Mattel.
And, you know,
Mattel's the
remember,
winner,
they,
but they're not moving as much.
They lie.
Mattel Demon
They will
Hunter
look at the-
K-pop
I saw it the other
action
day,
figures
somebody's-
2026.
They were talking about, I call it the great
Yeah,
big, beautiful
OpenAI
bill, but
meeting
that's what it
starting,
is, the
so
great big, beautiful,
somebody
the biggest
listen
bill
to
ever
that.
passed. And
So
what
I
they
need
say,
one of
they
you to
make
take
up
that one
stories.
over. I'm going to keep
And
Trump
I saw
on,
they
and then we
were
have Philo.
interviewing a senator,
But have the
and they said,
OpenAI
what's
one, and if
wrong
he
with
mentions
their
any
bill?
company,
He
drop
didn't
it
know
in.
what to say, 'cause there's nothing
I'll have
he
my
can say.
wire scanning it too,
it
but
covers
still.
everything. He said,
Good to have a human
death.
eye, or you'll
Death.
end up at AI
It brings
slop.
death.
I don't know why they
Now,
don't listen.
If I'm a regular person,
I'm trying
I
to
hear
help
that, I
them,
say,
even
oh,
though I'm
that's
calling
terrible.
you idiots.
But it's just
I
the
just
opposite.
listen,
It
brother.
brings
Listen.
life. It
Don't
brings
throw your future away.
Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security.
Hey, you're
it
dumping even
secures
more
all
though.
those things.
You already were able to make
And
them
they
free
just
if you
are
got
so
the
bad,
first,
you
even
know,
the
they
second
say
window ones.
death.
Now you
It
got
was like
50%.
Death. And there's nothing about death. Theirs is death because they're going to lose Medicaid, they're going to lose Social Security, they're going to lose Medicare. All of those things are going to be gone because
Oh, I
the
didn't
whole country
have a
would be
daily. I had
bankrupt,
more time.
And you're not
Fuck.
going to have any kind of
I should have
medical
held it.
insurance. So with us,
It went
it's
up
the
a little bit
opposite.
more,
And
but
it's a
fuck.
great bill. We
I
don't
don't
need
have
any
as
more.
many
And I want
anymore.
to just say from the
I
beginning,
didn't realize
our
that. I thought I
message
had
has
a
been
daily.
very simple. We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs. They've never done this before. Nobody has. You always vote for an extension. Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats
You have all the
need to
inside
vote
info on
for
Matt.
the clean,
Nice.
bipartisan
You should definitely
CR
post
and
it in a
reopen our
public,
government. It's
incriminating
gotta be
fashion in place.
reopened
That's
right now.
a good thing to do.
We're not doing that.
That's crazy, man.
They
Good
are
shit.
the obstructionists. And the reason they're doing it is because we're doing so well. We're doing well all over the world. We're doing well with the close to $20 trillion that I just told you about. It will be that number. But even if you take it down to over 17, that's a guarantee. We're doing well with everything. Car plants are pouring back into our country. AI plants, we're leading. We're dominating China right now in AI. And I did something that I think you'd like because we have an old grid. It's a tired grid. It doesn't have the juice that you need to fire up these plants. You know, these plants will need more than double the energy we have right now for the whole country. That's how big it is. And we can't do that. There's no way we can do that. China's building right now 52 power stations. But I did something better. I'm letting everybody build their own power plant so they'll become like an electric utility in addition to AI. But if they want to build their own
Yeah,
plant,
delayed CPI
and
comes
we
out
get their
Friday as well.
approvals within
The one
less
from
than a
last
month. It used to take 5 years prior to rejection. Sometimes a guy in Louisiana, they had one that took 12 years, and then they got rejected. I got it approved in 2 weeks when I got into office. That was the first term. And the plant is up now, and it's been a great thing for the state. I did it twice, actually. I got 2 of them that were dead after 12
Demon
years.
Slayer, it's a show, like
Both
a
of them
cartoon
in
on
less than a
Netflix
week.
that's extremely popular.
And that's what
so
we're
it
doing.
is
Lee
kind of
Zeldin,
material.
by the way, is doing a phenomenal
So yeah,
job.
it's not a joke.
Environmental
It's a very, very popular show. It'll probably do millions in sales
we
on
have
those
to get
merchandise.
them fast, so we're getting them fast. So we're
Google,
leading
the thing's
China
starting
in the
right now.
AI
It's already
race by a
beginning
lot.
on
Under
OpenAI.
Biden, Democrats voted 13 times for continuing resolutions
Sorry.
to keep the
I
government
don't want
open.
your sorries, but I
And
love
all
you,
we
okay,
want
brother?
is simply to ask
Thank
them
you for
to do
receiving
once
it and not
again,
being a
they
bitch.
always
Let's go,
voted
baby.
for it. They
Game
never
time.
voted against it. Nobody votes
OpenAI
against
will
it.
book flights
But
and
they do that, and they
affect
do.
booking.
It's partially my fault.
Thank you,
I mean,
Roy.
I'm watching you, and I'm
Check booking,
looking at
maybe
all
even
these great
Airbnb
faces
or
that I've
whoever they
seen.
partner with.
Really great
UNH
people.
ripping again. It's
I
kind of
think
more
with
melty.
few exceptions, a couple of you I don't like that much, but with
We'll probably
with
delay
few
Philo.
exceptions,
There's a
great
lot going on
people.
right now.
And you
'Cause
look at what
yesterday
they
we went
do,
fucking
and you
crazy
look at the
during
game
it.
they play, and it's a horrible game. And you know we have the hottest country.
Okay, another
ever.
checkpoint. Either
It's
make
the
free
hottest
if you
country
haven't or
anywhere in
not.
the
That's
world.
up to
And
you.
I say this. I'm sure you've heard.
They
me
only
say
went
it,
up another 20, 30%.
But I was over in the Middle East, and
But if you had the daily,
king
you
of
did a
Saudi
little better. I
Arabia
didn't
and
realize
others
mine
also
wasn't a daily.
said essentially the same thing. They said, you know,
Yeah, UNH still taking a
President,
stick, and
a
Mattel,
year
you
and
got
a half
that news.
ago, your country was dead. We
Check
never
booking
thought
though.
we'd see
If
this.
they don't, whoever they
And
don't
right
partner
now,
with.
you have the hottest
But no
country
reaction on that
anywhere
yet.
in the world.
But
We
keep
have
listening
the
for
hottest
those.
country anywhere in the world, which tells you
Yes.
about leadership, and that includes your leadership. So as you know, my door is always open to anyone. It's not like that AOC. How about her?
We're leading
when she
China.
said she's talking about having rebellions and everything. She said, well, my door is always open. But she's not the leader. I'm sure the leaders felt very nicely about when she said her door is open. Who the hell wants to go into her door anyway? She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She's the one that started. You know, I remember, I'll never forget, she never took a course
Anime,
on the
not a
environment.
cartoon.
And I watched her one day, and she was on
Okay,
television.
bro, whatever
Yes,
you want to call it, that
our
girlfriend
planet will
on
be
your, it's
dead
not
within
real.
12 years.
It's
That
not
was a
fucking
long
real.
time ago.
Okay, it's not a
Planet
real
was supposed to
girlfriend.
be
They
dead.
don't love
Remember
you
the
back.
12-year theory? We were environmentally
Oh, you're talking
dead.
about something else.
No, these people,
Okay,
they've got an
never
agenda
mind.
that
My
nobody
bad, my
quite
bad. Yeah,
understands.
maybe it's an anime,
The good
not
news is they
cartoon.
don't understand it either. They really have no idea. But the people do. The people understand. We're giving you the biggest tax cuts in history. All of these things, it all adds up that we should do fantastically well in the midterm. The only thing wrong with the
UNH
midterms
still.
is that statistically, when you look, a president gets elected, and for some reason, and nobody, even the great John Thune, cannot explain to me, for some reason, even if he's a reasonably good president, and we've had success like nobody, but for some reason, you lose the midterms. I don't know why. I mean, the odds are tremendously against, like 92% or something.
Wait.
It doesn't
Well, listen,
make...
I mean, I'm assuming it's the popular one. If it's totally a knockoff, then yeah, that Mattel shit's not gonna hit. But I'm pretty sure it's the real one. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if it's the popular one, there might be differences in words and shit, you know. But as I'm thinking material millions of sales. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, just making sure. Otherwise, if it's not and it's like some weird similar name knockoff, it get fucked. But no, yeah, super popular. Yeah, no, we're on the right track.
would always say, we will
I left you
not
guys
have
one. I
a
left you him on the
socialist
chain. I hope
elected
you
in
got
our
it.
country. Remember, I'd say that all the time. And I was right. We skipped socialist. We got a communist elected. So I didn't tell a lie. I was right. We'll have a communist, not a socialist. But we've already seen the impacts of the dangerous game that they're playing. Democrats are causing delays in our air traffic control system. So important. We wouldn't have had, there's Pete Buttigieg.
Okay,
he
you're back to
spent
VWAP.
billions of dollars on fixing the air traffic control. They'd use copper wire going into glass wire. Any union electrician here or any non-union electrician would say you can't hook copper into glass. It doesn't work. They spent billions of dollars. They turned on the system, and it was stone cold blank. We're getting a brand new system. We have bids out now. We have 3 great companies bidding. And I want one bid. Sean Duffy's doing terrifically. I want one bid. I want just bid, and they're responsible for everything. Not where they had like 1,000 contractors. Every contractor, they're all running around. In the end, if one of them does a bad job, we want to be able to blame somebody, and it's going to be one of the very big companies because there's a lot of interest in it. So the air traffic control system is going to be rebuilt. Over 1 million federal workers right now, as you know, are going unpaid. That's the Democrats' fault. And children, tourists, unable to visit the museums in Washington, D.C., that we now have beautiful, safe streets, but we don't have the museums open. We should probably just open them. but we are doing things that
crazy.
nobody's
billion in
ever
volume
done,
on
nobody's
Beyond.
ever seen.
Dude, I'm telling you.
So all of
I'm
this
not,
and the pain
listen,
that the Democrats...
You guys know me. I'm not the fucking guy. The fucking ladder say, oh my god. I don't like that fucking shit. But like legitimately, there's way more shares traded on Beyond than exist. Like that's just the reality of it. Like I'm telling you, it's actually like it's just highlights once again how fucked up Wall Street is. But like straight up, it is like this is theoretically impossible. Again, thank you, Robinhood. But somehow, what do you mean 1 billion shares? It just doesn't exist. So yeah, now Oatly, that's another one of those. They already did the reverse split though. So yeah, but again, I gave you, that's why I told you, even 80% later, I monitored it yesterday. I gave you guys one of the options, and you made way more if you took that one. But at the end of the day, I gave you the last call this morning, and that was it, just because of that situation. So I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, eventually you're going to get rug pulled, but you know, now you're just chasing, you could do whatever the fuck you want, but all of our windows now for the chat are closed. I gave you them, again, you guys had them both here before it ripped, and then again, pre-market, I had one, it was around $2 was the last call. But another $1 is insane. So yeah, be wise with it. Shares is you can always make shares free and then call it a day, big dog. But yeah.
They've made all over the place, and all of their cynical
it's all coming for Google
remarks
on the OpenAI
proves
thing.
beyond all doubt that Schumer is a calculating political partisan, but we knew that. But he's somebody that's in deep trouble.
And
he's
GM's
losing
still
in all of the polls. He's even losing to AOC +3. Remember +3? What happened to the +3? Are they still around? I had one. I met when I was at the United Nations, I met the president of Somalia. And I said, I have somebody I'd like to give back to you. He said, no, thanks. We don't want her. He didn't want anything to do with her. But today I'm calling on every Senate Democrat to stop the madness, to let our country get back. In the greatest moment in the history of our country in terms of wealth, in terms of job creation, and in terms of investment coming in, these guys go on strike. It's really a shame. So I'm asking them to be smart. It's not working. They're getting killed in the polls. The public understands what they're doing. They're doing the wrong thing. And with that, I just want to say welcome to the White House. When we're finished, they do a great job. When they're finished, we're going to all come in. It'll be a little crowded, but that's okay. Into the Oval Office, we'll talk a little bit, a couple of minutes. Got some interesting things. And I think I'd like to have, if I could, John, come up and say a few words, and we can close it out. And by the way, this is an open mic. It's open to the world. I think they can hear me out on the street. If anybody wants to come up and say after John, say it. We're all friends, and you can speak your heart out. But we've got to get our government open, and the Democrats are trying to keep it closed. Thank you. John, please.
Well, Mr. President, thank you for having us. This is the fourth week of the Democrat shutdown, but we are all here today because your Republican team in the Senate is unified. This is now the longest full shutdown in history, but everybody here
I don't know.
has
I feel
voted
like that's
now
not
11
true.
different times to open up the government.
I think we have like another 12
days. We're going to keep voting
days.
to open up the government, and eventually the Democrats,
Spy coming back.
hopefully sooner or later, are going to come around. But Mr. President, your agenda is the right one for this country. This is your team. We are your partners in achieving and implementing the agenda that you campaigned on and the American people voted for. And you just mentioned it has been a series of promises made and promises kept, whether it's national security, whether it's the border, whether it's the economy, taxes, regulations, energy, Trump newborn accounts, school choice. Woo! You look at what we've accomplished so far. It is a remarkable, remarkable team and a record of accomplishment that can't be matched. And I would argue, at least in my time here, but perhaps in all of history. So thank you for your leadership, and we will continue to be good partners and work with you to get the work done for the American people. And let's hope that the Democrats get wise, and starting perhaps even today, vote to reopen the government so we can get back to work for the American people. Mr. President, thank you for having us at your home. You have beautiful homes, and thank you for everything you're doing to make this such a beautiful place. This is America's house. We're delighted to be here. Thank you.
Is that it? All right, I'm doing something. You got a lot of the plays from earlier today hit too, like some good ones. But I'm preparing for something, so I need to I'm gonna send out a stream alert. But don't wait for me I'm about to dump a lot of shit. But I have it. That's because I want to move it to somewhere. But give me a sec. So yeah, you don't wait for me. And then let's get the OpenAI one, and then we'll get to Philo once I'm ready. Cause it's
it has its own cursor. It's going to be clicking around as if it were me. It has access to all of my local authentication, all of my history. It should really feel like a natural extension of myself. And I'm going to hand off over to Justin.
Yeah, the team paid a lot of attention to the product experience here, right? We really wanted to make it feel like it was coming alive, and you could see exactly what the agent was doing, so you could start to build trust that it was, doing what you wanted it to.
But yeah, just to emphasize this point, this is ChatGPT in agent mode using your web browser for you. Locally, it's got all your stuff, it's clicking around for you. You can watch it or you can't, you don't have to, but it's just like really, it's using the internet for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like right in your tab, and that's one of the cool things about the experience of using Agent in Atlas.
So it looks like it is kicking off. So one thing that's really nice is that I don't need to sit and watch it, right? I can let it just do its thing in the background and use my browser for other things. So here we have a recipe. We're planning a potluck, right?
Yeah, really excited about this recipe.
Yeah, and so I'd like to show you how we can use Agent for things in your personal life. So one thing that I always struggle with recipes is figuring out what ingredients I need to buy, right? It's somewhere in the recipe page, it's some serving size, I need to figure it all out. So I like to use Atlas to ask ChatGPT, what ingredients do I need to buy to cook? Do I need to cook this for 8 people? And ChatGPT is going to go ahead and read the web page, figure out the ingredients, kind of do some math for me, and tell me exactly what I need.
So useful.
Yeah, in the past I've told it that I like my shopping list organized by grocery aisle to make it a little easier to shop for. And looking at this, I have most of this, honestly. I just need the meat and the produce. So I'm going to say,
commercial metals.
Can you order the meat and produce for me? And we'll shut off how you can start agent mode by clicking a button, right? Which is really useful if you know to reach for it. But in those moments that you don't, ChatGPT can figure out that the way to accomplish this is to take over your browser, right? You're always in control. You always have the option to approve or reject it. So I'm just going to click continue to hand the task off to
All right, Google is going up on
and
it.
I love how collaborative Agent is in Atlas. So you can just hand off your tabs, you can go back and forth, and we've really improved Agent a bunch to make sure that it's a lot better and faster at these collaborative tasks. And as you can notice, like at any moment in time, you could take control. And so one thing that's really great about this is like Agent already knows that Justin likes to shop at Safeway, on Instacart, and so it knows exactly where to go when all he said was, can you order this for me? And so it's found its way over to Instacart, and it's starting to search. You can see how it types way faster than I do.
And I pride myself in my typing speed, and this is just blowing me out of the water.
Exactly, and it started adding items to the cart already. And so I want to take this moment actually to talk about, despite all of the power and awesome capabilities that you get with sharing your browser with ChatGPT, that also poses an entirely new set of risks. And so it's really important to us, in addition to a bunch of built-in safeguards like ChatGPT Agent is only ever operating on your tabs. It can't execute code on your computer or access other files. It's just in your tabs. That you're also in control of exactly what you're handing over access to. And so if I open a new tab just to show this off, you always get to decide whether ChatGPT Agent is logged in or logged out. And so we really recommend thinking carefully about, for any given task, does ChatGPT Agent need access to your logged in sites and data? Or can it actually work just fine while being logged out with minimal access? And that same principle of control carries through to our entire browser experience. Ryan showed off these awesome browser memories that power these suggestions earlier. It's also worth noting that those are completely optional. You can decide whether you turn them on in onboarding or not. You can always see the memories themselves and manage them in settings. And for any time you don't want this to be remembered by ChatGPT, you always can make a new incognito window, and so you'll be able to do this, to ask questions like what to do when your palms are sweaty on a live stream.
Asking for a friend, right?
Yeah, of course. And I'm realizing I don't think I want everyone to see the answer to that. So why don't we go back and check?
I don't know if I need you using my computer.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Should we go back and check how the task went?
Let's do it.
So here's our Instacart order. Awesome. You can see that
Why
in
does
just
Sam
about 2
look
minutes,
like
the agent was able to go
he's
through,
like, does
fill
anybody
out the
know I
cart,
killed the guy?
And
he don't
it's
look,
just so useful
he look
having
like he's trying to cover up
the
his
cart filled out and
tracks.
delivered to you like this, right? It doesn't need to go all the way to making the purchase order. In fact, it's better for me if I can review what it did and decide to buy or add more things to my cart or whatever else I need to do.
Yeah, 100%. Cool, and then let's take a quick look at the linear task.
Nice.
And so, yeah, looks like it successfully added these tasks to linear, and it's a little hard to see on the screen, but it's also tagged the right people for each task. One cool feature is it shows you relevant tabs at the bottom, so you can see what tabs it's worked on. So I can go back and check the Google Doc and see, great, it looks like it's tagged all the people who had the to-dos and it's given them a polite reminder to fill this out.
It's gonna save me so much time.
Yeah, and save my job because I was not familiar with this whole project management thing.
Yeah.
So we've seen a couple of awesome examples of how ChatGPT can actually control the Atlas browser and perform useful actions on your behalf. And so in the same way that GPT-5 and Codex are these great tools for vibe coding, we believe that we can start in the long run to have an amazing tool for vibe lifing. So delegating all kinds of tasks, both in your personal and professional life.
So instead of vibe coding, you
to
give your,
Atlas.
oh my gosh.
You know, one of the great joys of working at OpenAI is when we release technology, people outside the company always come up with way more creative ideas for how to use it than we can. Maybe we're just not super creative folks, but I'm really excited to see all the unexpected and cool ways that you can use the agent in Atlas, and we're really excited to ship this. So with that, back to Sam.
We are indeed really excited to ship this. We hope you'll love it. So this is going live today for macOS worldwide for all of our users, although agent mode is only available
cart
to
ripping.
Plus and Pro users for now. We want to bring this to Windows and to
that was a
mobile
weird
devices,
print.
as quickly as we can. We think people will
I'm vibe shitting.
hopefully
It taught me how
you'll
to
love
poop.
this as much as we do. There's a lot more to add. This is still early days for this project. We think the kind of idea that we're excited about is what it means to have custom instructions follow you everywhere on the web, and as you have this agent that you're having do things for you, getting to know you more and more, pulling stuff together for you proactively, finding things that you might want on the internet and bringing them together, which we showed a little bit of. We think we can push that quite far. So we hope you'll check this out. We hope you will enjoy it, and please send us feedback. Thank you very much.
That's it? That was an odd ending. I told you, I think he looks suspicious. All right. Well, I guess it's time for Philo soon. I do need to get ready. Market is coming down. Let's just, what's it called? Let's switch the videos. But I'm still gonna need a minute or two. Hawkeye? Hawkeye. So 4.69 billion reverse repo. I don't know. So yeah, if you don't want to listen to anything, I don't know what to tell you. But I'll see you at Philo, and yeah, we'll begin. And I'll just get that going. Woo! All right, I hope you had a good day. Goodbye.